Disclaimer, the following Boundless PodTrap episode contains strong opinions that some listeners may and will find offensive. If you cannot accept or respect others with a differing opinion from yours, then fuck off.
Rolling sound.
I like turtles.
Oh, righty. Let me see your war face.
Now, y'all ain't planning on fucking these chickens, are you?
Picture it. Sicily, 1920.
Aren't we fucking funny?
Streaming from the Midwest, right in the middle of the U.S. From Omaha, Nebraska, you're listening to the Boundless PodTrap, your entertainment podcast where we touch on all topics, from the crazy and absurd to the sacred and profane, and even the useless and unnecessary. The Boundless PodTrap knows no bounds. And now, here are your hosts.
Boys, I might be having a heart attack.
Are you good?
Or I'm really excited about tonight.
We're doing a little sound test, and we can hear the dude's heart through the microphone.
checking my
You
beats
might want
per
to check
minute
on it
right now.
Yeah. Well,
Holy
welcome back,
fuck,
everybody, to episode 032 of the Beta Phi Theta Fraternity.
32 episodes.
That's Greek for BPT. Just in case you didn't understand.
190
Are you all
beats
right?
per minute. I might be having a heart
Did you say 190? We gotta.
Are you being serious?
Let me try this again.
Let's see if we can hear his heartbeat through the silence. I don't hear anything, do you?
It's really coming down. Okay, 85. We're good.
Boom. What are you looking at?
I've got a heart rate monitor.
Yeah,
on
are
my
you looking
wrist.
at the time?
No, I'm looking at my fucking heart rate monitor.
Oh my god.
It's like, I'm beating at 7.
I even had an Eddie Murphy joke loaded up in the canister, and then we're like, the fan. How are we hearing the fan? And then we're like, shh, we're going to figure out what it is. And my fucking heart, my
On the
fucking
floor,
heart.
convulging, foaming at the mouth.
I'm all laid back here. I think it's because of I didn't expect the orange flavor in these.
So
Yeah, I
got
did
your
sneak
heart going?
some new mints in the mint bowl at the studio over here. So
Wow.
yeah, he got very excited. He was like
I'm half staff under these sweatpants, too.
he was in one of those like 5 gum commercials. Like it's like that.
Do you have that recorded?
The 5 gum commercial.
No, his heartbeat when we were doing the test.
I might. I
It's a
think
5
I do.
seconds of
I
silence.
didn't stop it, so it's in there somewhere. But yeah, welcome back to the greatest. This is going to be the best episode ever. We're going to hype this up, kind of how you're supposed to do. Yeah,
Why don't you let it play through?
I did, but my finger happy. You know, like
Like you press the button and then you just take your finger off the button.
this is a very hard concept to learn. Like,
Apparently, man.
like the instructions that you kind of give out there, like you're all over the place with it.
Your episode's never going to be as good as my best episode because my best episode got us not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 copyright strikes on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah,
this is
7
true.
copyright
Congratulations, man.
strikes, baby.
Congratulations to
Boom.
As much as I enjoyed that
We got straight
segment,
fucked.
that's why when we do our music stuff, I'm like, I don't know about this. If people can't listen to it,
Salute, people.
Or do you want the kids? Do you want the kids?
that's kids.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like when I walk on the stage at the female strip club. Yeah, that's it.
Something
That's
like
not
that.
even a sound cue. That's the ladies across the hall.
So what's up, boys? It's been a while. What have you guys been doing?
I have been getting
Shut up,
my
kids.
ass. I thought you were telling me to shut up. I've been getting my ass handed to me with work. It's busy season.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, not yet.
Trust me,
I drive by there all the time. It's not.
okay.
What do you know?
Nobody's in
I've
there.
seen your business. It's not that busy. You're a puss.
No, it's okay. If that's
That
the
was
case,
a joke. Don't
if
give me
that's
that
the
fucking
case,
death scare.
Fucking, you can come on in and work.
No, I don't work.
I know you don't. But yeah, no, it's definitely busy season, and starting this weekend, it's going to be even more busy because the Shadow's Edge Haunted House opens up, and I'm a manager there.
And that's something like that sucks, and I'm so sorry about that you have to work and put in the most time during the best time of the year.
Oh, I know it.
Like, you miss so much of it, and that
I do.
Is just, it's so heartbreaking to someone who's like, October is not only spooky season, it's amazing weather. It's just, it sucks. Like, you get to see maybe 2.5 hours of it.
And that's it. Like, I love the job. It's definitely different from when I first started. And what's funny is I think this is going to play after Halloween. So people are
It'll be the day after.
What the hell?
Or 2 days after.
But yeah, it's like right now it's not even October 1st when we're recording this. But I love it. It's different. It's not the same as it was. I don't think people are as excited for Halloween as they used to be because this world's so expensive, and so people don't have the extra money to spend on it. But those that do come in, they get excited with it. But yeah, I don't really get to go to haunted houses. I don't get to go to Vala's Pumpkin Patch, which I love doing.
Weird.
And I used to go all out decorating at home for Halloween. Now I don't do that because it's just like I'm around it all the time. I set up at work Halloween stuff all the time. So like when I get home, I'm resting.
See, that's what I've been trying to get some stuff ready for Halloween as well. Like maybe handing out some candy at my own. I've been picking up some supplies, like the little PVC pipe thing, so I can put the candy bar in there and blow it down there so they can take it.
But Tracy...
Okay. I'm not going to touch that. Go ahead.
Tracy was having me make one of those too, where we're making the piece of line going from the porch to the sidewalk, so we can shoot it down in a bucket and then reel it back up the line.
You want to shoot candy down and then pull it away?
Have it on a fishing rod.
Oh, I gotcha.
So we can let it go and then reel it back up the line.
The hooks aren't good.
Nasty fucking kids, stay away from our porch.
They ain't going to be able to see your house. Your house there's no street lights and no porch lights anywhere.
I know.
When
I
I left your house that one night,
it's easier to murder.
I'm like, I don't even know where the steps are at. I don't see my car on the street.
We have a porch light. We just don't turn it on for you guys.
You can see so much of the stars.
Yeah, you can.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I always tell myself every year I'm going to take this year off. I'm going to take the month of October off from work. Just take a month's vacation, but that never happens because
that's why you work there.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. And if I'm not there, then they're screwed.
Oh, I went to Knotfest. That was kind of cool. Not as cool as it was supposed to be because Faith No More was supposed to be there. But they called out, and I was like, damn it. Well, I still went, and I should have went to the theater. Like, I saw some pretty good bands, but like the audio issues over there and like the performance, and then a few bands in particular. It's like, what are you guys even doing here?
It was in Des Moines, right?
One mainly, but the other ones were like, okay. But
that doesn't answer my question. I asked, was it in Des Moines, right?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said, was it one? Never mind. My hearing is bad because I'm still recovering from the concert. I went to a concert. I forgot if I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio issues.
Des Moines. It was around there, yeah.
I was in Des Moines that weekend as well. Unfortunately, I was not able to come to the viewing of... I ran into John over there as well. Like he texted me and he's like, I'm here. Like, I found wife. And I'm like, don't look at wife. He was there with his few of his buddies, Brian, one of them. And
Shane.
Brian and Shane. Yeah. And Brian looks like he was like a little out of it, wasted already. So he's standing over by us and I'm kind of talking to John, and Brian's kind of looking off and he's looking at this pretty hot chick who's kind of over to my right over there. And he's like, damn. And I didn't do it, but I was thinking I should have like got some money out of this. Like, he's checking out this chick and I'm like, I bet you I could probably slap her ass and, get away with it. And yeah, I'm like, dude, that's my wife.
Was it
he's
really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, you should have done that.
I should have. I'm like, 20 more if I can get her to make out with me or something. And,
I hope Brian's wife isn't listening to this podcast.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think he invited me into like a threesome or something.
I don't know. I don't know what the lineup was for Knotfest, but
Slipknot was there.
Yeah, that's the main reason I would not want to go. I used to like Slipknot back when I was in high school and just out of high school, but I listened to their stuff and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
I mean, it used to be a cool tour Now it's been taken over by the Boy Scouts. Now it's just the kids want the kids.
Faith No More was supposed to be there, so it was going to be awesome. Speaking of which, I wanted to give you a little bit of Mike Patton before the release of this podcast.
She looks so surprised. Happy birthday, fucker.
Okay.
I got it. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Since you forgot last year.
I didn't forget. I just didn't want to say it to you because it goes to your head and you always get like so full of yourself. So
Wow, way to bring it home.
I always
just honesty.
One of my pet and people can be excited for their birthday, whatever. Birthdays don't excite me, but it's just like I always like how people think they're being subtle on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna be 28 in 2 weeks. What am I gonna do?" It's like
scroll.
Trying to get people to like Facebook reminds you when it's somebody's birthday.
Oh, so. I was just sending you a message. I haven't talked to you in a while. I thought I'd say hi. It's your fucking birthday. I know why you're sending me a message.
Oh, that's this time of year for me too. Everybody messages me out of the blue, and they're like, "Hey, man, how's it going? Been a long time." I'm like, just cut to the chase. I know you don't care about me. You're not wanting to chit chat with me. You want to know if I have something at work. What is it? Just flat out say, "Do you have this this makeup in
Save
stock?"
my time.
Don't make it seem like we have this great relationship. Like you message me this time every fucking year. So.
There's this meme I saw of birthday texts back and forth, and it's like, "Happy birthday. So, how's it going?" And then the responder was like, "We don't have to do this. You can just text me next year."
No, Lonnie you had mentioned something that you weren't a part of, and I don't think we mentioned it on the podcast, but
we don't like to promote Lonnie.
Yeah.
Lonnie thinks he's people.
This past weekend, we partnered with
Pope Joy Productions Unlimited.
Bastard, I was going to say that, but
I was trying to give you a little bit more.
Mark Popejoy, and we had a double feature at the Alamo Draft House here in, I guess it's La Vista, Nebraska. We played One More Body, our short film there on the big screen. It was the first time it got to see itself on the big screen, and then we did their Shivers Down Your Spine anthology, which is a
Chills, wasn't it?
Chills down your spine.
No, those are different movies.
Yeah, Shivers is the first one, Chills is the second.
Sorry, but it was a 3-hour compilation.
An anthology series.
An anthology theory. I said anthology theories.
With you.
But yeah, that was a good time. It was a good turnout. A lot of people liked One More Body. They liked Chills Down Your Spine. 2 of the 3 of us didn't make it to that event. So
I was driving back. You guys weren't waiting for me.
Yeah, well, I was late to it because my work was so busy I couldn't leave early.
I looked down at the clock and realized it was 4:45 and realized there was no fucking chance I was making it back.
You could have. You just got to believe. But no, that was good. Sidney Hendrickson and Nick Miller got to see themselves on the big screen for the first time. So it was awesome great to be able to make their dreams come true.
Seemed like Sidney was the only one dressed up.
Well, she left after
she had to go to prom.
Chills Down Your Homecoming.
Oh, is that what it was?
Her and her homecoming date were there with her mom and dad.
I got to say this. I'm going to say it out loud. Sid, I love you. Love your whole Hendricks family. Super downgrade. Just throwing that out there.
What?
If you don't get it.
If you're saying what I think you're saying, wow.
Yeah, just throwing that out there.
That's all right.
What's wrong with her dress?
I don't dig strapless dresses. Especially at her age.
What about the carnation?
Anyways,
hold on. You don't talk about my little sister like that.
No, I do. I'm the bigger brother in this situation.
This is true, but I can.
I'm the one saying the dress was too inappropriate.
Oh,
I'm saying that shit needed shoulders and a stocking
shoulder pads, face mat, head wrap.
Nah, leave Brittany alone. You leave Brittany alone.
Next up for One More Body will be the Flatwater Film Festival, which took place on October 16th
at 6:28 p.m.
6:28, yeah,
Theater 1.
Pretty precise.
If you guys do have a time machine, please visit.
Go back and go there.
We'll be at the exit door letting you guys in.
But yeah, 6:28 Saturday, October 16th.
Did I say September? I might have.
October.
We don't care.
We're in November now.
Listeners don't care. It's past.
I can wait. We can hear your heart beating again.
Can you really?
When you say things that are embarrassing, freaking the fruit flies in here. Fruit.
Hi.
Not only that, I guess with my concert and our movie premiere showing, not really a premiere, a showing, there was a football stuff that's been going on around here. Man. Okay.
What?
So, the football games and stuff that's been going on around here.
How can you guys watch football?
I'm not watching it. I'm
when
listening to other people.
baseball season is still going on.
Why?
Why?
Can you
Why?
watch
It's
baseball?
America's fucking game.
It's boring as shit.
So
What are
is
you talking
listening
about?
to you whine about, I'm so lonely. We take a dig.
Coach, I get all of my football news now through the Marshall podcast.
You
so-
guys love football so much, and I don't get this watching.
Wait, what do you mean, you guys?
You like football too, don't
I
you?
like European football.
So the
actual
fact
football.
the fact that people are so excited about football and that it's so great, they're such men. No, they play fucking 13 games a year for $300 million. And think they're so tough. They
6
play
minutes of
once
action
a week for like a combination of 40 minutes a game. How tough is that?
A game is an hour long.
No.
An
It's like
hour,
6
an
minutes
hour
long.
long.
Baseball, they have
But
like
mostly just like-
155,000 games, but for 99% of the game, they're standing there doing nothing. It's a bunch of guys standing around watching two guys play catch and a guy trying to hit the ball. And most of the time, he doesn't hit the ball. He just watches it.
But it's an American sport.
I played baseball. That is the only sport I played. And I played it. I enjoyed it. But watching it, nope, I can't do it.
It's an American sport.
boring. And I don't get all
Did you want me to play it through?
I don't get excited for football. Like, I'm not a fanatic. Like, oh, I paint my face. I have everybody over for the game and I get into it. I just enjoy watching Nebraska football.
So
I don't even watch the NFL anymore.
I don't watch football, but I've been listening to people. I have a few customers, and it sounds like Nebraska hasn't been doing so hot. So
For the last 11 years.
Longer
and
than
I'm
that.
listening to
right.
I'm listening to one of the people I deliver to, and like it's in an apartment building, so there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 units in this place, and I can hear him at the downstairs, and he's just like, fucking inward, just pass inward. Like he's just dropping it, and I'm like, the majority of the people who live in this with you might not take too kindly to that word right there.
Well, is he in fact
No, he's
okay? Then he's a very brave man.
yeah.
He is a stupid man.
Yeah, he will be missed.
No,
At least his rent
he probably won't be
his rent
missed.
will be missing.
That was your story?
Well, I don't watch football, so he was watching it.
Okay. You made it sound
See
like...
what football brings out of people.
Man, you made it
When's
sound
the
like
last time you heard someone in the MLB call someone an N-word?
A Nebraskan?
Pete Rose, back in the 60s.
How can they fall asleep and when they get their
Oh my God! Next story. How was my weekend or time? You guys ask.
Nobody asked.
I'm sure you're all dying to know. So
This dumbass. So when we got to the I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let you finish.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
I don't.
He was
either.
telling me about what he's recently done with
Oh,
his
Jesus
feats.
Christ! Go
And-
ahead, embarrass me over my mental illness.
I mean, they look...
Go ahead.
The bottom of them look like they've been...
Oh, they're dirty as fuck.
I thought he would have been out of bandages right now. What happened? What did you do? Tell me.
Okay.
Did you...
No, not that bad. So I forgot. I was out of meds. It happens as someone who takes as many medications as I do. I forgot and forgot I was out of meds. I ordered them. They should have been there the next day. It usually takes 24 hours for them to get to me. Well, for some reason they didn't. So I had to go the weekend without them. They were going to get here on Monday, but on the weekend, my feet kind of itch, so I went down and itched my feet. Well, I have this problem with thinking there's bugs and maggots under my skin, and my feet started itching, and I looked down and seen the bumps where the skin's healing, and they looked like there were bugs under my feet. So I took a pumice stone and scraped off a lot of the skin to make sure there wasn't any bugs under there.
A pumice stone to his recently operated on feet. He took a pumice stone, not to the bottom, to the top of his feet.
He scratched... You took a pumice stone to your thighs?
Well, that's just fun. But no, yeah. So they bled a little bit. So now I have them rewrapped again.
Did you talk to your doctor and there's like, what the fuck did you do?
No, it wasn't that bad. Like I couldn't
It must
see.
be because you have bandages on them.
Well, because they bleed.
When you take a pumice stone.
No shit when I take a pumice stone to him. It's like taking sandpaper to wood. You're going to knock some rust off. So I did it. I'm dumb.
That's so dumb.
He's so dumb.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret this.
Probably.
Where the fuck did you get all this?
Why am I responding to fucking sound effects?
Oh my god.
But yes, okay, that happened.
All right. Good shit. Anyways, let's move it on.
Man.
What do we have for topics?
Fuck you. And I don't even get to talk about what I did. No, fuck yeah, move it on.
Fine,
no, fuck you.
Lonnie.
Look at me. He's steering.
Topic.
his
What's the first
carriage.
topic? What are we talking about? How Justin's now he's fucking interrupted me with him. Who gave him this much goddamn power?
It feels good. Plug it in.
It's one of his apps. You know him and his apps. He likes to download all the sound effects.
It's Tasker app, and it works.
Yeah.
Pristine after a while.
Except when he tries to show it to people.
Yeah, then it's just like, oh, this is the easiest thing in the world, but then you have to like solve a fucking beautiful mind math equation to log into it.
This is my topic tonight, the Tasker app. Yeah. Never works.
We should probably start with his topic, why we have some energy.
That's messed up.
Why? He's going to steal it all.
Possibly.
It's 40 minutes of hearing him talk, and we don't get to talk. We just have to pretend we're conscious.
I'm going to make sure you guys are...
What's up? Blow my nose.
Oh.
Make sure your mic stays away from your heart, because it definitely won't be heard now.
Okay, talk.
No, I want to watch you blow your nose.
It's not happening now.
Why do you stick your mouth tongue out?
Are you a sneezophobe?
Sneezophobe?
Yeah. Do you not like sneezing in front of people?
I don't mind sneezing. I don't like blowing my fucking nose while everyone's like within like 10 feet of me just staring at me.
But it was okay if we weren't staring at you?
Do you want us to turn around?
So you'd rather blow snot on us if we didn't notice.
I'm not blowing. God, I'm about to break the fingers. Good Lord.
All right, Justin, what do you got for a topic tonight for us?
Well, what I have is...
Don't care. Move on.
All right, moving on.
That's the best topic you've ever had.
Thank you. Thank you.
I actually agreed with it.
I wanted to talk about a figure that we all kind of know. I mean, I'm assuming we all what? Did you say tits?
Figure?
A figure.
Yeah, not that type of figure.
Oh, damn.
A person, a public figure, a public person who was popular, who was famous for a little while before her demise.
Okay.
Before her assassination. She wasn't assassinated, but some might say so. Sylvia Browne. Do you guys remember Sylvia Browne?
Is that the lady that talked to the dead?
No, but yes.
Well, that's what she was known for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, Sylvia Browne. Like, I can go on a while with this chick because, all right, so my mom, she was huge.
Sylvia Browne?
No.
Was?
She like bought like a whole bunch of her books and stuff, and like Sylvia Browne was on like talk shows and stuff like Montel. Like every Wednesday, it's like, we got to turn it to Montel. We got to watch Sylvia Browne.
Welcome.
She's just bullshitting people and taking all their money and stuff. And
she looks as close to the lady from Poltergeist as anyone I've ever seen in my life.
This house is clear.
It's clear.
Yeah, but I'll give you like a little bit of a description, brief. I'll keep it brief. I got like one page here.
Oh, fuck.
Front back.
Small.
Size 4 font.
I was going to say size 2.
Yeah. So Sylvia Browne, she was born Sylvia Browne. No, she wasn't born Sylvia Browne. That's her maiden, or not her maiden, one of her married names.
Wow.
So
Pause.
Sylvia Celeste. What's up? You have a question?
Just take
Raise your hand.
Couple breaths.
Raise your hand.
Sylvia Browne was born as Sylvia Browne. Fuck that up.
Sylvia Celeste Browne, a.k.a. Shoemaker.
Yeah, Sylvia Celeste Nee Shoemaker, born in 1936. Her birthday just passed. Well, it would have just passed, October 19th. She did still. So, and
Wait, what? Is that a complete sentence?
yeah, she's dead.
Okay.
She died.
That's not what I heard. Is that what you heard, Lonnie? I heard the baby.
I turned on goats fucking. It's more entertaining.
Do you need me to turn your headphones up or?
No, you need to just speak clearly. Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Schumacher.
This could be interesting if you fucking get on with it.
So she's born in Kansas City, Missouri. Misery.
Why do you make that sound? What's wrong with Missouri?
Misery, as they say in Missouri. Missouri.
Erie?
Missouri.
Ms. Erie.
What's going on?
Missouri.
Anyway, she's an astounding psychic. So from her own website, the Sylvia.com thing, she is known as follows. Sylvia Browne is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, psychic, author, lecturer, and researcher in the field of parapsychology. Sylvia's well known for her dynamic, genuine, down-to-earth style and personality. She lectures, teaches, and counsels people from all over the world, including Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. So she's pretty much saying fuck the South Americans in Antarctica. But yeah, so that's kind of like what she would probably put herself as. Like, oh, I'm just helping everybody out here.
And we can read the Nazarene.
Yeah. I should really do like books on audio, huh?
No.
If you want the reading rate to go way down.
Well,
his reading rate.
Some people. As it like
Adobe.
I can
if you want fucking
speaking 100 minutes
Fahrenheit 451 to become a real thing, where people like fucking burn books before he has a chance to speak them.
What's your reading? Your Guam? Remember Guam? You're typing Guam. I forget what Guam standard for, but
it's a country.
What? Guam? Yeah, like 120 Guam.
Like spunk?
Nope, not like yuck.
By the way, once we're done with your topic, remind me to talk about the gook thing.
What'd you do?
No, just remind me. That might entice you to speed this topic.
But yeah, so Sydney. Wow.
What
okay.
the?
Sylvia.
Off the rails,
I
folks.
know words are hard, but Jesus.
I'm on the spot.
Go to a size 12 font.
These eyes on me, these lights and stuff.
No one is looking at
can't
you,
see
I
in
promise.
the audience.
And no one's listening to you either.
Do you want me to turn the lamp off? If that help?
She started her own church, which she kind of, from what I gather, she pretty much stole a church. So there was like a society that was supposed to be like
As one tends to do.
What is it called? The non-profit
Why are you
organization.
asking us?
And
This is your topic.
I know, but sometimes I can get answers if you guys are smart. But
well, you're shit out of luck on that one.
Hey, I got who Sylvia Browne was, so
all right.
good.
Well, thank you.
I googled it.
See, he's paying attention.
I got her fucking pulled.
Okay,
up
so
right
she
in front
stole
of
a church.
Kind of. I mean, she made her own church. She kind of stole a nonprofit organization, and then it was rebranded with her own stuff. So it's like you're just kind of stealing. It's
So she annexed a nonprofit.
yeah. It's part of her thing. Like theft was one of her charges. I'll get into that earlier. The thing with this topic is I didn't really organize it, so I'm going to be all over the place. And I just want you guys to go on this ride with me.
Okay.
Can you do it?
Let's-
Put your hands in.
Let's give it a go.
Put your hands in.
COVID.
No, touch me.
I'm putting my seatbelt
Touch me.
on.
Touch me. Lonnie. Yes, Lonnie, touch me.
Give me the gook.
Are you ready for the cock?
But yeah, so Sylvia Browne, she had like this go-to line that she responded to with people. I don't know if I want to say she was religious, but she spat a lot of the religious stuff. So one of her church was the Novus Spiritus, the Society of the Novus Spiritus, and she referenced like a spiritual guide, which she called Francine, which was also kind of bullshit, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But when she responded to like the media questions, she always had like this prepared statement, and it was, only God is right all of the time. So it was kind of like her throwaway line.
I'm gonna tap the brakes a little bit and say that is a false statement.
No, that's right. That's what she said.
She said that God is right all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of her throwaway.
Me and Sylvia Browne have very differing opinions on that statement.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, we can get her on the show if from beyond.
Where's the Ouija board?
You want to call another one of those? What was that, John?
Well, she
crossing over.
She talked to
John
the dead.
Favreau?
She talked to the dead, so I'd imagine she's pretty good at. She'd be able to talk to us.
Talked to the dead.
Yes.
Can you guys? How do I do a quotations?
You did it in
sound
your
report?
voice. She talked.
Brackets.
Okay, brackets. Thank you. So she claimed that her psychic success rate was about 87 to 90%, which nobody ever seemed to question her on. There was like the skeptic community who kind of like looked into that. So there was a 2010 analysis of 115 predictions, which was also kind of capped up of that last one, 116, that she made on the Montel Williams show. So the Skeptical Inquirer magazine put her success rate at 0. Like all the bullshit that she throughout on the Montel Williams show, nothing could have been verified or checked. So
I don't know if I'm going to cock block you on this or not, but I'm just reading something now that says she did predict COVID.
She didn't. I'll get to that too.
It's not what the internet says.
The internet it can be wrong.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can be wrong sometimes.
It says it right here. I trust it over you.
Trust me. So the article that I'm going to read like a little excerpt of this article. It says, the article updates the previous analysis with the new reading, bringing the total to 116 cases, and investigates charges in those 11 cases with previously unknown conclusions by showing Browne mostly wrong in 8, with 3 remaining in the unknown category. The result? The evidence demonstrates Browne still has never been mostly correct in a single case. 33 cases have been mostly incorrect predictions, and 83 cases have unverified outcomes. The article also looks at the human toll Browne's predictions, how they have had, and other notable predictions that can be finally evaluated. I don't know if that last part made sense, but it pretty much saying that...
Neither did the first part.
So pretty much half of the stuff, it doesn't give any information. There's evidence that was already put out there that like the cops already knew. It's like, yeah, this shit was in the news. Like you're saying like this person who did it, his face was already as a suspect. And you're just going to say, yeah, that guy did it. But then the other stuff is like, well, none of this buys into any of this. You're saying that there was clothes right here, but there wasn't any. So I want to go into a few of the cases that she spoke on. One of the most popular ones is the Amanda Berry one. Do you guys remember that one?
Refresh.
There was 3 girls who were trapped in a basement by that, was it Cuban dude?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ariel Castro. Yep. So she told Amanda Berry's mom when she went on to the Montel's show that Amanda Berry had died. And then like the next year or so, the mom died, not knowing that her daughter was still alive. So it was kind of like some people say it was like the heartbreak, like she was just letting go. And I don't know if there was other medical conditions, but I didn't think that she was like that old. I forget the exact age that she died on. Amanda Berry's mom did, but
yeah, that would be for her existing family. That could be a defamation of character, some type of lawsuit. I would think. Yeah.
So right here, Amanda Berry was rescued from Ariel Castro along with Michelle Knight and Georgina De Jesus. This is one of the many times that she told a parent that their living child was deceased or dead, whatever. Especially like on live television. I think there was one story, and I don't know if this is verified, but somebody was saying that they wanted to know a little bit more about their parent, and they're like, yeah, he's dead. And she would like blatantly say that to the person, like, yeah, they're dead. And then the person just kind of went along with it while their parent is right next to them in the audience. Like, what? You're just pulling shit out of your ass. And it's, yeah.
By the way, Amanda Berry's mom died at the age of 43 in 2006 after being hospitalized with pancreatitis.
Thank you.
So she's also wrote 40 books.
Yes, we're getting to that too. So Amanda Berry, Sylvia Browne. Yeah, she was pretty much kidnapped, Amanda Berry was, and put into like this basement. And there was like a Guns N' Roses song wrote about that, kind of. It was like, sad woman, take it slow. You better act right or you might gonna meet a little basement. Or something like that.
If you tell me that you were really trying to sound like Axl Rose there, I'm gonna piss on you.
It was spot on.
Like that would be equivalent to Lonnie's Fred Durst.
Fred Durst. His Bill Durst.
Bill Durst.
Cosby Durst. Coincidentally enough, the band formed in 1985, the Guns N' Roses. They also wrote a song on the Appetite for Destruction album, and it was released in 1987. And the 7th track was called My Michelle. So,
Michelle.
Yeah.
Did we switch topics?
No, we're on the same topic.
Because I don't remember us starting
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses albums.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses pretty much predicted this. Sylvia Browne made all these predictions, but Guns N' Roses.
So who's really the psychic?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get here.
Axl Rose,
Sylvia
Browne.
Exactly. They've been trying. It's been under our noses this entire time.
Blows your fucking mind, right?
Yeah,
sure.
So
that's the voice of somebody whose mind was just blown.
Fucking, it's all over this room.
Yeah. So Axl Rose, he sung the so come on, stop your crying, cause we both know money burns. Honey, don't stop your trying, and you'll get what you deserve. Was that better?
Absolutely
No.
not.
So that was supposed to be for Michelle Knight. All right. And it was all about her. And I'll connect the pieces right here. So if you don't believe me, in a few tracks prior, there's a song called Night Train. So My Michelle and Night Train, Michelle Night Train. Well, it's not. Don't worry about the train part. But so he was kidnapped by Ariel Castro. Hold on. I'm not done. Ariel Castro. Castro means hill fort. Fort is a secret keep. Castro rhymes with Brownstone. Mr. Brownstone off that same Guns N' Roses album. It goes like, he's been knocking.
Mr. Brownstone.
Yeah. He's been knocking. He won't leave me alone. No. Won't leave me alone. Like that.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. See?
Boys, we've had a hell of a ride, but I think I need to go on to other ventures in my life and quit this podcast.
What, you can do a better Axl Rose?
No, that's why I don't try.
This is why you're not having a good time with this. I fucking went loony at this point, and I'm just trying to enjoy the ride. You didn't realize I already ejected the arsenic, and I know this is my last moment.
That's what that is. All right, another case. 11-year-old Sean Hornbeck. Do you remember Sean Hornbeck?
Absolutely, but fill me in for the guests.
All right, so he was predicted to be dead, buried between two boulders, as she said, as Sylvia Browne, bitch ass, said. So after being kidnapped, when he was out riding his bike back in like 2003, he was actually found alive and saved in 2007. He was gone just for a few years. He was sexually abused until he was 15, and the kidnapper dubbed him to be like too old. You're like, whoa, I'm not touching that anymore.
Thank you for doing that quick, because when you were about to say you'd been gone for 4 years, I was like, yeah, doing porn. So thanks for rushing to that sexual assault clip.
His kidnapper kidnapped another 13-year-old boy, which is when he was caught pretty much in the act, the kidnapper. And then that's how that other boy and Hornbeck got found. Alive, not dead, like Sylvia Browne said.
Fucking double dip and get you in trouble every time.
And the crazy thing about this is Elvis Presley released a song called
Axl Rose came out.
Axl Rose released a song, and it goes like, "My hands are tied and tied to a billion ships from side to side, and the wars go on with brainwashed pride for the love of God and our human rights, and all these things are swept aside by bloody hands and can't deny." It's another song. He was talking about this particular thing before it even happened. He was predicting it. I'll move on.
At the end of this episode, at the end of this section, Axl Rose is gonna fucking kick the door down and be like,
yeah. So clearly, he was speaking about the abuse that the boy suffered, saying like his hands were tired and all these people were brainwashed. Sylvia Browne was manipulating the minds of the public. That's what was going on with that.
So excited, and I like it.
He's like.
Because
he is
you didn't do the math. You weren't doing.
He is.
I'm trying to.
Axl Rose is the totem, where Sylvia Browne is the prophet.
Yep. So
no, fucking everything I've said, you've just been move on.
But he's kind of right, because Sylvia Browne. I'm gonna teach you something here. Yep. Sylvia Browne is pretty much a piece of shit. You got it?
What was the writing on the chalkboard for?
You got to pay attention. This guy, I'm going to just keep on moving along. So we got Sean Hornbeck.
Yep.
Mark Flan. He was a man who was taking a battle with cancer. So his mom went to Sylvia Browne, and she made another astounding prediction. There was a hidden camera snuck in there, and he clearly captures this wonderful prediction. Terry Flan clearly asked, "My son is in the hospital fighting for his life. Is there any way they will save him?" And Browne blatantly replies, like, "Yes, they will save him." And then she said something like, "He's going to receive a miraculous treatment." So she assured Miss Flan that he will regain his strength, and by the end of the month, such conviction in her voice put her at ease. Yeah, 2 days later, Mark died. She said at the end of the month, he's going to be good. He's going to get all of his strength back.
Well, he did, technically.
He didn't.
Well, he died, but yet wherever he went, whether he went north or south, he hit there with a full bar of energy.
He respawned?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
And if you like and if you like the thought of reincarnation, whatever he came back as, he was that. But if you believe in the empty void of nothingness when you die, I mean, he's probably got a full recharged bar there.
A recharged bar of nothing?
Yeah. Don't you see the fucking bar of health we have?
I don't see it.
Did you ever played a fighting game before?
Sometimes. Ow.
Jeremy's frantically typing.
All right. You guys do remember James Randi, right?
Absolutely. I
told you about...
James Randi's fucking fantastic. That's the first name you've said that's actually excited me.
Right. James Randi is probably one of my favorite peoples with a lot of the stuff. Like, he was a magician. We all watched a were you there for that documentary?
No.
Yeah, Jeremy and I watched a documentary
with
James
Randi. Anything about James Randi, I'm on board with.
Yeah.
He had his $1 million challenge where if you could do something that he could not figure out, he'd give you $1 million.
Kind of like the Penn and Teller, but more serious. So, yeah, the $1 million challenge was pretty much anyone who can show under proper observation conditions evidence of any paranormal, supernatural, or occult power or event. He would give them $1 million. The thing is like, he had this offer for anybody who can prove it. And Sylvia, he actually directed it towards her a few times, and she denied him, but lying to the public. She said that she would do it. So she agreed to it, but never did it. And do you know why?
Why?
Because she's a liar.
Yes, because she's a liar. No, she claimed that she didn't know how to contact him. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You're supposed to be a psychic who can see the future, who can predict certain things, but you can't pick up a telephone or a phone book, look the dude up. It's like, you guys shared the same platform a few times on, what was it?
Why didn't she just contact him?
Yeah.
Psychically.
I know. Doing it all telepathetically. Why don't you do it that way, you piece of shit?
You really don't like this lady.
No, she was a piece of shit.
He likes this lady.
I had to look at...
As much as he didn't like...
Every time I had to go take a piss, I had to pass by her books in my house where my mom kept the books at. I'm like, oh, Sylvia Browne and all this other bullshit over here.
And you were going to make some brown.
I was.
Brown town.
And I attributed them to her.
I've been looking up here trying to find out her cause of death, but as a psychic, wouldn't she have been able to predict?
Exactly.
She had a heart
Exactly.
attack.
She made all these stupid talking to spirits and predictions. She couldn't even contact the dude. So... Also, with that, I note that the hair metal band Guns N' Roses predicted this about Sylvia Browne on their 1988 album called Lies. Lies. There is a song title, 1 in a Million. And it states, "You're 1 in a million, babe. You're a shooting star. Maybe someday we'll see you before you make us cry. You know, we tried to reach you, but you were too high." Way too high or something like that. Was that better? Am I getting better at this? I feel like every time I do this, it's better and better.
Like, you're making me look forward to the start of the podcast, the movie podcast.
So it's
the other one? So yeah, no, that was on like the Coast to Coast. She was on the Coast to Coast TV show, and she made a prediction about the West Virginia miners. You guys remember that event?
I do.
Yes.
I don't.
What do you remember about that?
I just remember hearing about it on or seeing documentary things.
Is that the things where the guys
they were
got caved in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was 2006. She claimed that 12 were dead, but they were all found alive.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they were just...
It was live on TV on Coast to Coast. She said, yeah, they're all dead.
Dead inside.
And then they went to a break, and then when more information got to the network, and then she kind of tried to backtrack her. I'm like, you just been exposed right there on live TV. Why didn't you?
Isn't it? But as much as she was a devil woman, it's society's fault that she made all the money because they still bought into that shit when she was proved herself wrong. How many times now? That's 4 cases that you've talked to us about. I mean, and that's just these
ones. Yeah. Do you guys remember President Bill Bradley in 2000?
President Bill Bradley?
Yeah.
What do you mean President Bill?
No, Bill Bradley, the one that she predicted would happen in 2000.
Oh.
Oh, no, I don't remember that either. Fucking liar. These are like in her books and stuff.
I didn't say anything. So I'm like, am I going to be stupid if I say no?
I was trying no, because Bush was in office in 2002.
2001.
Yes, but 2002 comes after 2000.
But I thought you said 2000.
2000, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 2002. My bad.
What about, do you remember Michael Jackson coming up guilty? She predicted that, but he was acquitted.
Shimona.
Yeah. So being around Sylvia Browne was like, it's just so fuzzy, like, because she can't keep her shit straight.
It seems
fuzzy. She just took everything. What, did you say she was fuzzy?
She looked fuzzy.
She looked fuzzy. Oh,
she does look very comfortable.
Her perm, bitch, she got to do something with that. But no, she just took advantage of everything and took everything for herself. And Guns N' Roses wrote a song about that, and it goes like, "Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want, honey. We know those names. We are the people that fight whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease." So she kept people fed on bullshit, you know? So that's pretty much what that was saying. She would claim that they have the sickness and that she has the cure. Follow her, support her doings, and then in the end, Guns N' Roses wrote, "You know what you are? You're gonna die." Or you're in the jungle, you're gonna die, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I feel like you're not following, like something's not clicking.
No,
he's on board over here. I think he's dancing every time I do it.
You should see my thrusts going.
Yeah, got to do the axle. Yeah.
Turn the fucking sensor lights on out in the hallway.
Well, I'm doing the axle on the microphone. You have to do like the snake around the thing. I'm probably
also, he does it through the window. We just see him go.
There he is. Hi. I'm talking to Axl Rose isn't dead. His voice is, but
I'm looking at her images on Google.
Oh, don't. Did you type in nude?
I bet you.
And this is a picture that popped up, and it's very small, and I don't know if you can see who it is.
Her and Wayne Brady?
Yeah.
This is how you know she's the devil.
He looks like he doesn't even want to be there in that picture.
He's
just
like,
take the
"I'm
picture.
on cocaine."
She predicted that she would die in 88. She predicted that she would die when she was 88.
Nope, missed it by 11 years.
Yeah, whoops. And she announced it on Larry King Live. It was back in 2003, but she died when she was 77.
She probably did this for her own self-humor.
Even after death, she's as accurate as ever. 0%. 0.
So this is my thing, and it's like a common question. All these psychics out there, if they are indeed psychic, why do they not ever play the Powerball?
That's also like so many things. There was another, I forget who actually said it, but when Amanda Berry was missing, he said like, this would be a key psychic case. People have been missing for 10, 11, 12 years, and nobody can tune into like, you know, where they are or other people who might be contacting them after.
Would you like me to technically answer this question in a
No, I already know
in a spirituality / demonology aspect? Why?
Yeah, do it.
It's because it's technically considered vulgar display of power, and that is not allowed.
Sounds like a cop-out to me.
That's true. It's just like why demons can't freely possess people or...
So let's look at the case of this. So if they're not gaining personal gain or whatever from this, that Petito girl that was murdered and that Brian Laundrie's missing, psychics should be hopping in right now and they should be able to say where her body was. They should
you
be
have
able
to
say
meditate
where he
first.
is.
You have to be responsive
They've had
to the
like
spirits.
a fucking month now to meditate.
But it's still seen as a vulgar display of power in the terms of you are using your
Black
gift.
magic.
You're using your gift for gain.
Yeah.
Like you are helping someone using your gift publicly.
Okay, so they're books that they write that they make money off
That doesn't
of?
make sense either because they are also people are paying her. She's being a public figure, so being in the spotlight.
You're telling me she didn't get paid? She didn't get paid to go on Montel.
That's just different. And then she.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she had a pretty good price.
Literally no real abilities.
Well, the whole point of this, to me, my question in answering these things is basically to say there is no such thing as a fucking psychic. It's all bullshit, and people that believe they're psychics.
How could you? How could you?
I mean, if
she was a sweet lady.
God, like, if people could really see the future, their life would be set and they would be utilized all over the world to be making this place a better place.
No, the people who have actual psychic abilities or abilities like that are the fucking recluses who live
Are you
in
saying the people who are in a church who are laying on hands, they couldn't go to a hospital and lay on hands and then heal the entire kids center? All these kids who have cancer.
Pediatric center?
All that.
The people who, in theory, would have these abilities would be so terrified to leave their house. Because if you knew, like, honestly, serious question, if you knew how you were going to die or you had this ability, say, if I knew you had the ability to grow my cock bigger, I would never let you out of my sight.
I probably could do that.
Would you want that?
You want to put money on it?
Can I leave the room?
Nope.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, you knowing you have that power, would you not be terrified of what your life would turn on to?
I think after a while you might get grown to like the sensitivity to it might dull a little bit. Like, okay, whatever, I know it's going to happen, whatever. Or you can kind of always have that hyper awareness, like the time is closing in every single passing. You can either make the most of it or fear the entire time. Or find a little loophole.
Loophole.
Yeah. Put like carry a ring to a mountain. I don't know what you do.
What was the name of that documentary we watched that you brought up before?
The Honest Liar with James Randi.
That would be a good documentary for people to watch.
I have a few resources I want to get into a little later, but anyways, so bringing it back to Sylvia Browne, she died
more.
She died earlier
we were wrapping it up.
Oh no,
we were to her death.
She died earlier than she was expected, and which, as we know, the rebellious band Guns N' Roses wrote a song predicting this. It was track 6 on their last album, and she died 6 years later from that last album. So it goes, let me get in my singing voice. Why are you shaking your head?
Do you want?
It's so loud.
There's cough drops behind you if you need to refuel.
There's a muzzle over there.
I can't do it. Is he whiny?
Sounds like you're being possessed by the devil.
Oh, okay, I'll just read the lyrics. It goes, "Oh, I saw the damage in you, my fortunate one."
Stop. Start over. We need the voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but we do.
It goes,
"Oh, I saw the damage in you, my fortunate one. The envy of youth." They go on and
okay, I'm sorry.
He's getting lightheaded.
They go on, yeah. And it goes,
"Oh, I got a message for you. Oh, up and away, it's what I got to do. Forgive what you have for what you might lose."
And then he continues a little bit more, and it goes,
"Told you when I found you, if there was doubts, you should be careful and unafraid. Now they surround you, unordered amount of love that you've been fed by perversion and pain. Ask yourself why I would choose to prostitute myself to live with fortune and shame. Oh yeah."
I can't go on, man.
Take a fucking breath, bro.
I'm putting on a little performance here.
I'm just imagining.
Nobody sold tickets for this. I'm just doing
imagining the people that like skip ahead and like that's what they land on is.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they're listening to it time and a half.
Yeah.
So that
It says, "I told you when I found you, all that amounts to is love that you fed by perversion and pain." She was feeding everybody bullshit and getting paid for it. Pretty much, the song is called Prostitute. She was pretty much, in a sense, prostituting herself, trying to get the spotlight on her to feed everybody else's guilt. Okay. You know, so when people are on weak spots,
to her as a prostitute.
I'd fuck it.
oh no,
God. Is that a paint by numbers?
No,
Isn't
that was one of her mugshots, I think.
she looks like the chick from Witches, right before she takes her skin off.
Oh my God. Ew.
Yeah.
Would you
So,
fuck me? I'd fuck me.
all right. She used this name called Francine, and it's in pretty much a lot of her books. This is her personal
Franciness?
Francine.
Oh.
It was Francine as her personal spirit guide.
Fancy.
So supposedly, and I did a little bit of research with this, supposedly Francine was somebody who is from Colombia in the 1520s, and she was murdered when the Spaniards plundered their country. So from my research, the popularity of the name Francine gained popularity in Brazil and Argentina in around the 1960s. So, I mean, it's not Colombia, but it's Spanish, or Spanish affected countries around there. I'm not saying like the name that didn't exist in Colombia at the time, but the popularity wasn't really popular over there. It was kind of like in the 1960s of these other countries. It's a derivative of France, and it's less likely to be known in the parts of Colombia. So supposedly they met when Sylvia went down the tunnel into a fetus. The umbilical tunnel. What's the word?
Umbilical cord?
I gave you guys a lesson on this one not too long ago.
Yeah.
You remember the diagram I had you guys label? Do you remember anything from that?
Labia?
Did you say? What? It's not the anus. No. When she was being born, she met her spirit guide. Supposedly, I'm like, that sounds like just so much bullshit. Something that can't be fact checked or verified in any way. So this was kind of like talked about in The Adventures of a Psychic, one of her bullshit books. Her mom actually kind of copped that, saying that Francine was just a name that she liked when she was a kid. So it's like, well, there's your bullshit right there. So in an interview with her first of the 4 husbands that she had.
4 husbands?
Yeah.
What
I wonder,
fuck?
I wonder if she saw that coming. He got married 4 times. But yeah, no. So Gary Dufresne, she told Robert Lancaster, one of the cool dudes who was kind of like researching a lot of this stuff and calling her out on her shit.
Her husband said, "Boy, that's some good puss."
So he told him how all of this pretty much got started. You know, they were hosting for a few guests, and then like the tarot cards came out, and she was giving like tarot reads, and it was intriguing the guest. And then her husband asked her, he's like, you know, this isn't true. Like, why are you going along with this? And she just pretty much said like, you know, shut up, it's fun. Or what was it? I don't know if I actually got the response, but
shut up, simp.
Yeah. He asked, he's like, you know, some of these people are going to believe it. And she pretty much said, so what? Did you know?
Probably not.
That the bad boy guitarist Slash from the American band Guns N' Roses.
Infamous guitar wielder Slash from...
In his solo album, he wrote a song called Ghosts, and it says something like, whispers of the future, broken, in your skull, in your smile. Amazing. That's what it was. Freaking amazing.
Oh, thank God he doesn't have a voice like Axl Rose.
It wasn't him who sung it. I forget who actually sung it. And most of Slash's music, he always had somebody else do like the singing. So Sylvia, bitch ass Sylvia, that's what we're going to call her. She had like a wait list of when people would call her to do reads or something like that. Personal, not really events. What's the word? Sessions, personal sessions. So it was 8 years. People had to wait 8 years. And it's kind of bullshit because I'm pretty sure she had to do like a down payment just to try to secure her spot. So in that time, that person could have died. So it's like you're taking money from people and possibly not even delivering on it. Like not only that, but she charged about $860 a session. And I'm like, you could have, how much do you pay for therapy? Like maybe a year.
A year?
Yeah. How much do you say it might?
Close to 30,000, 40,000.
Gotcha.
It's $450 a session. I get 2 sessions a week, so $900 a week.
So she was feeding people.
How much do I pay? Fucking nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure some people might be able to get that for a little less, maybe $200 a session or so. So that could be 4 sessions of actual help that people could have used to probably help them cope with the loss of somebody, but she was just robbing them and feeding them bullshit and sometimes not even giving them anything that consists with what they're asking. James Randi said he had a whole bunch of tapes that people would submit to him, and like it was just like ramblings. So she was just giving the names of the person's personal spirit guide. And he's like, it doesn't, was, yeah.
What I was saying before, it's our fault. People, the general public made her famous and kept feeding her. They should, I hate to say it, but those people that would pay for that are stupid and I guess deserve to get scammed out of their money.
That's kind of where I'm at too. I mean, like, I think it's bad, but I mean, if you're able to do it, yeah, but also know that there's a consequence. Like, you probably end up in jail. Somebody's probably going to show up at your front doorstep with a baseball bat. Like, if you're going to con people, you got to understand that
But the thing is, these people believe it.
Yeah, it is on them. People do need to accept a certain amount of responsibility for that. But in our society, indoctrination is a thing. Manipulation is a thing. Psychic powers and mediums, she says that they all ran in, like, it was prominent in her family. Her grandma supposedly was a medium. Her son is also currently doing this bullshit from her first marriage.
And he's an extra large.
I don't know what that means. Like a fry?
He's not a medium. He's an extra large.
Oh, I get it.
Write that down.
Take notes in the humor jar.
Thank you, kids.
You're welcome.
I'm a psychic.
What about my ball sack?
Okay.
Well,
next up on the giggle hut.
Whoops. I do want to play a short video here of James Randi when he was on Anderson Bloopers.
Say that they, with the dead, all of them, Sylvia Browne, of course, are like vultures. They sit in a tree and they wait for the grieving to come by. Grieving people who are vulnerable and really need some help and are naive enough to think that if she appears on Montel Williams wouldn't deceive us, of course. She must be the real thing. And that's not necessarily true. And they jump on these people and charge, as Sylvia does, $700 for a 20-minute reading over the telephone. Incredible, but they believe it.
Well, I talked to the Akers yesterday, and they told me that they were only allowed to speak with Sylvia Browne on the show, not before or after. And they were told after the show that if they wanted further communication with her, they would have to pay her going rate, which I thought was $700 for an hour. But you're saying $700 for 20 minutes, and that's a phone consultation. She denies that. Her manager told us she's never charged at all.
Well, I think that's a matter of her opinion against mine.
What do you think it is that makes people go back to a person like Sylvia Browne, even though she was wrong about this case and as we've shown earlier, wrong about a bunch of others?
Well, she'll be back on Montel Williams or Larry King or some other place again, and that adds to the illusion that she is dependable. Now, I have a collection, Anderson, of all kinds of tapes that have been made of the 20-minute session that she charges $700 for over the telephone, and invariably, every one of the people who sent me those tapes wanted their money back and were totally dissatisfied with it. Most of the tape consists, first of all, of giving the names of these people's guardian angels. That's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for names of other beings that they were in other dimensions in previous ages, millions of years ago. No, they want information that they have questions, burning questions, to which they want answers. And that's not what she answers for them.
And you say that what a lot of these so-called psychics do are cold readings. What's that?
Well, a cold reading is a technique, a specific technique, where you just throw out ideas and initials, things like, there's something red connected with this. It's like a right color. It might be a roof of some kind, and the letter M, or maybe a double letter R, I'm not sure. But there's also something about late at night, and I smell gasoline or turpentine, something like that, and electricity is flowing. And they go on and on like this, and they'll fill the tape with this sort of nonsense. And afterwards, if the victims are gullible enough, what they'll do is they'll look back through the tape to find some sort of correlation with what she said.
So-called psychics will say, well, look, even though something can't be scientifically proven, doesn't mean that it's not real or doesn't exist. Do you hold out the possibility that someone could have psychic powers?
Well, we've been offering at the James Randi Educational Foundation a $1 million prize now for many, many years. And Sylvia Browne agreed on international television that she would take the challenge. Then she announced immediately that she didn't know how to reach me. A psychic didn't know how to reach me? She can't use the telephone book? And then she said, after we told her how she could reach me, so she wasn't inconvenienced, of course, she then said that I'm not a godly man, so she wouldn't have anything to do with me. Now, wouldn't she want to take that $1 million, which she could earn inside of 50 minutes or so? We figured that's how long it would take to do a definitive test.
Well, we'll see if she responds now, Jim.
All right. That's enough of that. So that kind of like speaks a lot on not only James Randi's character, but also on her. It reflects poorly on her. It's like, yeah, the shit that you don't want to put out in public, where you're just going to, you can, behind a single phone call, bullshit other people after you've already got your monies. So yeah, another reason why she refused to do his thing is because he refused to put the money in escrow. So, but he went outside of that and tried to give an even bigger amount. What was it, like $1,054,656, just so it can be like a check directly to her, and she could have picked it up at any time, but she never accepted it. So James Randi, one of the coolest dudes. He kind of like he wasn't a magician, an illusionist who kind of turned his ways. He was like, yeah, I'm kind of conning these people, and I kind of want to show people the deceptions. It's like you don't necessarily have to be fooled. You know, you be a little bit more skeptical to people who are trying to ease in and get something out of you. So, and he has like these awesome on his website before he passed, you know, and it's still available too. So at the randy.org/education, I'll just put this in the link below, but he has excellent free resources to learn about scammers like these. And so, yeah, also a prophecy about this was made over 20 years prior when the band that invigorated heavy metal, Guns N' Roses, they wrote Livin' with the Danger. Yeah, it goes, living with the danger. I'm always on the, sorry. There you go. I got to get into that.
Get in the moment.
Living with the danger, I'm always on the edge now with $1 million visions that I hold. Living like the never ever tore my life apart. I know how to maintain, and you know I know my part.
So that $1 million challenge,
Getting
and
better.
she's still, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Are you talking about?
What are you? You're on my side.
Support.
Yeah.
We got to support him.
Yeah, we're in this as a group. I'm representing both of you while you represent me. As what, I don't know what that means, but
I don't either.
Maybe if we had some sort of premonition.
Just get on to your apparent one page of notes, which has been going on for over an hour now.
Pish posh. Yeah. So stick with a bit more of the James Randi. So he tested her without even testing her. I thought this was kind of clever. So they went over a lot of her claims that she made, especially like on the Montel, and he took an elementary class, some students in an elementary class, having them make the predictions about the things that they should have no knowledge about. It's like, these are just kids and they don't really follow the news and all this other stuff. So there's stuff that's out there, things that have kind of been proven one way or another, are solved, or maybe even still ongoing cases. So in 2005, the predictions that Sylvia Browne made, these kids were 25% more accurate than her predictions. It's like, what does that say about her? It's like, kids, it's just a guessing game. That's pretty much how it is for them. So she made many claims that warranted pause. I thought, like, you know, having like a family member in the room that you're saying that the person is dead, just blatantly like he's dead. She is dead. She's doing it for clout for the most part. Her accuracy has been close to 90%. Yeah, she said that her accuracy was close to 90%, as I said earlier, but the sources claim that it's pretty much zero. But due to her charisma, her presence in the media, she's given like these false pretenses of being reputable, kind of how James Randi was saying. Like the more you see her in the news, you're like, oh, okay, I know that person. Yeah, you know, she's the one who does this. Like when I asked you if you knew who Sylvia Browne was, you said the person who talks to the dead. Yeah, that's what she's known for. But the people who kind of follow a little bit more skeptically or critically, it's like you're the con artist. Like you've been proven false so many times. People aren't going back to correct your stuff, but you're still going forward. And so,
but I also thought, like, from her talking to the dead, I also knew in my head that she's full of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a select few who kind of
psychic. You generally do.
Yeah. There's a select few who kind of fell under the radar. Like James Randi was one of the people who kind of targeted her. There is websites like Stop Sylvia Browne, which some are still available, and they break down case by case. Like,
I think you've stopped her.
Yeah, Skeptical Inquirer, all these other ones. They check out like the things that she said in the news. They go through like her books and stuff. She was big on creating like these grand illusions. And once again, referring back to the foresight of the musical greats that is Guns N' Roses, they preached off the album, use your illusion.
And now you're blowing smoke. I think you're one big joke. Me, I gotta learn, and I'm still waiting for the heads to turn.
Yep. all about Sylvia Browne. Yep. They were, I'm telling you. Yeah, in 2004, when she was on the Montel show, she said Osama bin Laden was dead. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't remember.
All right.
She's not wrong.
She also said...
He's dead.
Yeah. She also said that aliens would be here by 2010.
Do we know
aliens? Huh?
Do we know for a fact that aliens are not here?
I don't know.
We know that UFOs are here.
Look, I don't know if she's meaning like illegal aliens or the obvious, like, or even if she meant like zombies or something like that instead of aliens. Like, something depending on the movie or book or whatever, they could look one and the same. But like her predictions was a bit off. So because Osama bin Laden was either a zombie for 7 years, or she had another false prediction when SEAL Team 6 took out that dirty fucker in the hole in 2000. Yeah,
and then they shot him in the head.
Yeah, bam, 2011.
They shot him in the hole.
So kind of like recapping, like going back, her relevance added to her fame. The more people saw, like people. When you lose somebody, you have that grieving process, and then like you want to cling for answers. So you're going to seek out anywhere. And sometimes they come to you too, like church people, they will knock on your door when they know that you've lost somebody just to see if they supposedly if you need something. But that's one of their methods of getting people into the fold. So yeah, she was also on like Montel, Larry King, Unsolved Mysteries, the novelties of like all of her claims and stuff. Like people find comfort in it, and they rather believe a comfortable lie than a harsh truth. Her business, her cold calls, book sellings, church, all that was said to be like $3 million a year. That's what she would earn, $3 million a year. So she doesn't need to predict the lottery because all she does, she needs to do is just make herself look famous. And then as Lonnie said earlier, she had like 40 books. Most of it was kind of like double authored. A lot of it was with her son, Chris Dufresne. She has a wonder way of like locking in and hooks by using religious models of thought or verbiage to make someone keep coming back. So despite her accuracy or lack thereof, there seems to be something for people to keep coming back, kind of as I was saying earlier. But so you said something about COVID. You said that she probably predicted COVID. Yeah. A lot of people, that came up recently because Kim Kardashian put like a tweet out referring back to this, and that put her book back on the bestseller list.
She must own stock in it.
Yeah, it was the End of Days book. So she predicted, in around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quick as it arrived, attack again 10 years later, and then disappear completely.
Well,
what is your...
That sounds...
Does that sound like it's COVID?
Like
no, because COVID's not going away because the people who should be responsible for it are dumb fucks.
Yeah. So her claims are very vague. Like, yeah, it's going to attack your lungs, all this, but it isn't really, it's not a severe pneumonia-like illness, although it can exacerbate it in some cases if you have pneumonia. It doesn't resist all known treatments. Like, we know how to treat it. It's just getting to it. Like, you pretty much treat it like the flu. It hasn't vanished quickly because cases still pop up every single day.
Mask, yeah, in mass numbers.
But now it's just more manageable. Like we have ways kind of to go about it. So we're pretty much 2 years in, and it's not gone.
Getting there.
So, I mean, like, we also have a likely source because it said it came out of nowhere. Like, we know that Wuhan is one of the likely sources of where it might have came from. So it's not really a mystery there. She chalks it up to being like a mystery. A simple Google search kind of shows you all that. And plus, if you look into, like, do a Google search of pandemics, pretty much every 10 years, there seems to be something. There was a swine flu, bird flu, avian flu, pretty much the same thing, H1N1, H5N1, H2N2, influenza, B, SARS, etc. Like, this has been since like 1920, like the last 10 years, every single 10 years, there's something that kind of comes up. Now, this is more of a pandemic. There's epidemics, pandemics, things that kind of scare the globe. But yeah, here's a list of the other predictions in her book of prophecy. Now, stop me if you
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
If you recognize any of these.
Stop.
So the common cold will be over with by about 2009 or 2010. Nope.
She was close.
Nope.
Maybe she was mistaken.
Just a little bit.
Maybe it's allergies.
By around 2010, law enforcement's use of physics will come out of the closet and be commonplace, widely accepted collaboration, all this. Enforcement's use of physics, whatever. In about 2011, home security systems start becoming common. The windows are unbreakable glass, able to be opened only by the homeowner. Doors and windows will no longer have visible traditional locks. We still have all the same stuff that we've known for all of our lives. There won't be a successful manned exploration of Mars until about 2012. It's kind of been on there. We've had Range Rovers and all that. So building codes for every home, store, and other public building by 2013 will include a mandate for silent, powerful, well-concealed air purifiers. If that were true, COVID probably wouldn't be as bad as it is because, having filtration or air filtration like through and through. By around 2014, pills, capsules, and even most liquid medicine will be replaced by readily accessible vaporized heat and oxygen chambers that can infuse every pore of the body in recommended medication. Do you still have to take a heart pill?
Uh-huh.
You don't take a vapor treatment just to get rid of any sort of
Not that
heart
I'm
condition?
aware of.
Telemarketers will have long since vanished by 2015. How often do you guys get called? By bullshit.
Let me count the number today.
To give law enforcement one more added edge, by 2015, their custom-designed high-speed vehicles will be automatically powered and capable of becoming airborne. Do we have flying cars yet?
Depends on how hard you try.
By 2017, the stigma of mental health illness will be gone. We still have a stigma of mental health.
Fuck you.
Yeah. The search for extraterrestrials. By 2020, we're going to see an end of institution of marriage as we know it. People are still getting married all the time, and it's being popularized on social media. By about, let's see. Yeah, I don't want you to hear me deny this. But there's something people have been saying since 1991. And excuse me.
Don't take the brown acid.
Singing the 2012 inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Guns N' Roses sung this warning since 1991.
You better back off, bitch. Face of an angel with the love of a witch. Back off, bitch. It's such a pity that you're such a bitch. Back off, bitch. It's time to burn the witch.
And she ended up dying the next year. So, yeah. She has a record of fraud and grand theft, married 4 times. There was a quote that John Oliver said. I guess he was kind of criticized for the media for predicting. He said, when psychic abilities are present as authentic, it emboldens a vast underworld of unscrupulous vultures, more than happy to make money by offering an open line to the afterlife, as well as many other bullshit services. Like, these are pretty much all hucksters, and we've kind of discussed a little bit about that. But if you can do it, get it, kind of how I was saying. But, people need to kind of understand that they're getting scammed. And then Guns N' Roses predicted this very moment right now, and it goes like, where do we go now? Where do we go? Oh, where do we go? Where do we go?
Lonnie's topic.
Thank you. Yeah. I hope I filled you guys' brains and noodles with a lot of information. Sylvia Browne.
She is now on my hate people list.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of people that I want to eventually talk about when it comes to like these scam artists. Like, seeing certain people like Sylvia Browne, I'll just name off a few of them, like Peter Popoff. I'm like, the people who have been exposed.
Sounds like the name of someone who gets angry a lot. Here comes Peter Popoff.
No, but people who have been exposed publicly, but then like they just reinvent themselves and come back and still take people's money. I'm like, dudes, you know he's a scammer.
So the Catholic Church, boo,
he went there.
Steal your butthole virginity and your.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Yeah.
That sounds like your Axl Rose impression.
All right. I think I will close it there because so many people are fumed right now trying to figure out, like, Sylvia Browne, that sweet lady who was on Montel.
Why you gotta have an accent like that?
That sweet lady.
I used to watch her.
I used to sit down with a half a shepherd's pie every time and watch that sweet lady. All she wanted to do was help people.
Make sure you sit on the plate.
My God, why are you so hating on Sylvia Browne?
Use a coaster. All right. Sir Lonnie, my throat hurts. So, Lonnie, you're going to have to take over.
That was riveting.
You probably didn't know all that stuff about Guns N' Roses, did you?
I did not.
They were on to her since pretty much day one. Well, I mean, she started her shit back in like the 60s or so, but when they hit, in 85, ooh.
Young Axl Rose knew about her.
The year I was born. The year I was born. I traced it from there.
Did you? Are you a psychic?
Some might say.
Some might say.
Some might say.
Then I hate you as well.
Oh.
So, that was 1 page of notes, ladies and gentlemen. I have 5 pages of notes. I promised to only keep it to about 1/8 that long.
Is it all in crayon?
Yeah, left-handed as well. I just went ahead this week, and I didn't feel like making a topic. I really didn't. I wanted to be as lazy as possible. So I just went ahead and found a bunch of news articles that amused the fuck out of me. I generally don't read the news. I don't like the news. But I went out and I found 5 that were mildly entertaining news articles. I thought I'd read them and then we can discuss them. Sound good to you boys?
Did Jeremy already hint on one of them?
I don't think so.
All right. With the, what's her name?
Petito.
Who the fuck's Petito?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
You don't know who?
That YouTube girl that got murdered by her boyfriend, apparently. And
I've heard her name so many times. I have no fucking idea who she is.
And you know Dog the Bounty Hunter is looking for him now?
What
really?
What a disgrace. This is what our country's came to.
He's going to find it before the law enforcement can.
So, got a couple things. I'll kind of start mellow, get heavy, get mellow, whatever it takes. So, this first one, home that inspired the Conjuring movie is on the market to sell for $1.2 million.
I did see that.
The property in Rhode Island farmhouse has been spooking inspired the 2013 Conjuring movie hit the market on Thursday for $1.2 million. Realtors Mott Chase Stonesby's International Realty listed the 14-room, 3,100 square feet home, and it has 8.5 acres. And if you really don't know how big of an acre is, that's a shitload of space. So 14 bedrooms, 3,100 square foot, which is a ton of room on 8.5 acres for $1.2 million.
So it's for people that like to fuck because...
Yes.
Well, yeah, you got to go from room to room to room.
Sex dungeon included.
I was talking for all their kids, but okay.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Jeez.
It's still known as one of the most haunted houses in the United States. Legend has it this home is haunted by Bathsheba Sherman, who lived in the house in the 1800s. The agency said, to this day, countless happenings have been reported. The movie was filmed there.
Is that the one with the plants kill people?
No.
The Happening?
The plants. No, the movie was filmed there about the Pearson family that happened in the 70s where Ed and Lorraine Warren came. It was their first attempt to make a good movie, and it didn't. It sucked. But originally, the property was bought in 2019 for $439,000. So they're making out pretty good if they're able to sell this property. What do you think about that? Houses that had some significance to them that were either haunted or movie houses selling for ridiculous prices. Now, the Nightmare on Elm Street house sold for $2.3 million. I did actually look into that because I'm a massive Nightmare on Elm Street fan. There's zero way I could have got $2.3 million. But if I could have, I would have. And I would have bought that property in a heartbeat.
I always said it would be fun to own a house that was in a movie. I don't know that I'd want to own one that was inspired by a movie that is known for having ghosts and paranormal, paranormal activity there. I mean, I've experienced a lot of paranormal activities in my own homes and stuff like that, but
my house,
one that's as popular as that, I don't know. But
you get lots of tourist attractions.
Yeah. But I would, if I had the money, like how you said for the Nightmare on Elm Street house, if I had the money to buy a house that was in a movie of something that I really loved, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But like this or the fucking Amityville house, like those are actually houses. Those are haunted houses. But yeah, the Nightmare house was just a house. Laurie Stroud's house was just a house that they shot in.
Right.
Justin, any input on this one? You're just going to sit there and let your voice recover.
Sorry, I'm eating some veggie straws.
Is that what's attracting all the gnats?
No, it was the bananas. Motherfucker left a banana in the studio.
I left a peel. I ate the banana. It's not like I left a banana.
They attracted to the peels.
I also didn't realize I was going to be gone for 2 weeks because I was sick and busy working.
This guy. It's mold on the... Never mind.
Apparently nobody else was here because they didn't take the trash out, so...
I don't touch it. I usually just sleep in my corner.
Okay. Anyways.
I, unlike Jeremy, I don't really look at like these haunted attractions or something like that. Like, yeah, I would definitely want to put my money into something like that.
What the fuck did I say anything about a haunted attraction?
Same thing.
I just said
it's a house
a movie house.
A movie. Yeah, a movie house.
I didn't say it was a horror movie.
Why do you do this?
He talked about the Nightmare on Elm Street house.
Oh, yeah, he did. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I when it comes to purchasing something like that, like a house, or just because it was in a movie, unless it suits my needs.
Right.
Unless Bruce Lee stepped foot in that house.
Yeah, with the mirrors
this
and
stuff.
stuff.
This is my zone. Yeah. All right.
It might be annoying if you got there too, if you bought that house, because all the people that know the house, know the location, showing up, taking pictures, probably ringing your doorbell.
Getting pizza thrown on their
trying to break into your house.
Kind of like that in Chicago.
The McAllister house.
There's actually quite a few because John Hughes loved Chicago. There's the Home Alone house, the Dennis the Menace from the 90s, that neighborhood of houses, the Uncle Buck house. We went and saw all of them, but the people that have the Home Alone house, they put a fence up around the outside of it now. From what people have said, that they're dicks if they see you out there in the driveway taking pictures.
On site.
They come out and yell at you. It's like, you bought the house knowing that a famous movie like Home Alone was filmed there.
Right.
If you didn't know that, then you shouldn't be buying the house.
Right.
Or you have a shitty realtor.
Right. Just like the Ocean Avenue house. Like, it's an iconic looking house. You're not going to get away with it. Like, if they've only seen Amity Horror 3 through whatever, they're not going to be as excited. But if it's true fans who've read the book or seen the original Amityville Horror, they're going to see that house and it's a thing. But to everybody else, it's just a shitty B movie. All right, number 2, this from the Daily Star. Priest claims evil demons have figured out how to send threatening text messages.
Damn it.
I know, we're all fucked. Stephen Rosette says demons have now worked out how to taunt their victims.
I just got a text.
Sounded like corn for the... Says demons have now worked out how to taunt their victims, families, and any priests trying to carry out exorcisms to save them through text messages. Priest claims demons have figured out how to send threatening text messages. A licensed psychotherapist / counselor said they do it to taunt their victims, their families. This is all super repetitive. Clergymen have 3 cases in which demons have texted the team and or their families of the possessed persons. 2 of the 3 cases were most difficult cases we've had so far, and the 3rd involves a pious family with priestly and religious vocations among the children. So
it just sounds like an excuse that like Mormons want to give when they get caught drunk.
Get rid of their
texting
phones.
Or something like
that.
Yeah. It's like, I wasn't drinking. It's a freaking demon.
Right.
I believe it.
Otherwise, you can get like demon anti-wear put on your phone.
That's probably what's coming next.
Yeah. Well, and the way I feel it, it's a way of showing technology as being evil. So the church saying, well, technology's evil. You don't need it. You shouldn't be texting. Like, don't.
That sounds like bullshit
the devil
because
can connect with you.
Supposedly, even with or without it, they'll say the same stuff. You can be possessed. Right. But can I?
Yes, you can. You
I
are.
Thank you.
I bet you
sounded like you were before.
Thank you.
That's the mark of the devil. So this story is back a little bit. Happened in August of 2019. Gary Samuel LeBray broke into a commercial property in Toronto and went on havoc, but he wasn't exactly discreet. Midway through the B&E, the 54-year-old man decided to take a break, have himself a bite of food he found in there, but left scraps of the food everywhere. So he'd just eat it and throw it away, eat some more, throw it away. But that's not what got him caught. While he was in there having such a good time, he decided to take a photocopy of the side of his face. He'd seen it on TV, thought it looked cool, slapped his face on the photocopier, hit print, and forgot about it. Went back to his breaking and entering, and went on with his day.
That sounds stupid. Why would you do that?
When employees and workers,
you just put your face down and you're not going to look at the picture?
When employees came in the next day, found out their building was destroyed, looked on the printer and seen half of his face there. So it made the manhunt much easier.
It's like, that's some man's cheek. At least it was the top part.
Well, and it said...
did he have ass cheeks? Did he have ass cheeks on there too?
He did not.
Oh.
He left an even bigger clue handed over to the office on the printer. He made a photocopy of his face and half of his white fedora. And I'm thinking only a 54-year-old motherfucker with a fedora would be this blatant.
And they caught him, you said?
Yeah, they caught him on another charge, but they had this picture, and they're like, wait, this is you.
In a zoot suit.
And he's in Canada, so I'm sure he was, oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, I did that.
What's this about?
Oh, God, you caught me.
Darn.
Oh, darn. You caught me. You caught me. All right, I got two more. Not quite as lighthearted, but still stories. 4 teens in Pennsylvania charged with plotting a Columbine redo for the 25th anniversary. It's happening on the 24th.
This was
2024.
Was it? This is September? I remember seeing like the stuff that, or was it before school started? I thought.
So a 15-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy were charged as adults, and 2 other juveniles are facing juvenile charges. They had plans. They had over 30 to 40 Molotov cocktails made. They had a bunch of like route plans, what they were doing with the kids. They had a bunch of group texts.
So kind of like the Columbine.
Yeah.
They had their plan A's, plan B's.
Yeah. The 2 teens were charged with the adults, were taken to Northampton County Juvenile Justice Center following their September 16th arraignment on weapons of mass destruction, terroristic threats, aggravated assault charges, criminal conspiracy, and possession of explosive material charges. The other 2, they haven't released their charges yet because they are minors, but the 15-year-old girl, 15-year-old boy were charged as adults. The 2 other teenagers, juvenile charges. Investigators said that the girl's mother told police that her daughter was obsessed with Columbine. The Times Tribune reported Friday, while the investigation is ongoing, I want to assure the parents that students and staff at Dunmore High School that we do not believe there is any active threat, she says. We are relieved that this plot was uncovered before anyone was seriously hurt. Now, Dylan Klebold and the other one, who wasn't as pretty.
You pronounced that one, but not the other one. Dylan Klebold? What?
Why are they still so... Why is that lost soul who takes revenge on the establishment still such a desired character? Still such a revered character.
Well, right now you get rewarded for putting it to the man. Well, I guess you kind of always had like the little reward.
Yeah.
But right now it's like you're cool and you get more of a following. And why?
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's one reason, but like what is their motivation to do so?
15 minutes of fame.
Are they really that oppressed? You know, like these little kids.
All right.
They look up to them as heroes because they feel they're the same way. And that's the problem, I think, is when tragedies like that happen, like Columbine, the media portrays it and gives too much information on the bad people, which I think they should never even say their name. Although people say they have to say their names at least one time in the media because for legal reasons or whatever, it has to... I don't know. I remember reading something about that, but I think that the media should make the killers nameless, and they shouldn't tell shit about what they do. I mean, and granted, like I like to sometimes know about them, but I'm not looking at it as like I want to know about them because I'm going to go out and do this. I do it because it's kind of interesting to see how they were, what was going through their mind, and they were wanting to do it. But Yeah, I think the media needs to not do it, because then you have these young kids that are like, well, I get picked on and I dress like that. And so I feel for these guys. They were doing it because that's how what was going on with them. They were getting picked on because they dressed funny and they liked certain bands and stuff. I don't know. I just think that, I think we brought this up before, but I always said, like, you know, with all these tragedies that happen, everybody knows the face and the name of the killer, but they don't know the face or any of the names of the victims.
Right, exactly. They don't do nearly enough press.
I think on a psychological scale, I mean, it helps us to analyze and review the patterns, but I think, well, as people, we're pattern-seeking creatures. So depending on what motivations you have, you're going to be seeking whatever patterns that you can find. So if you want that clout or that fame, you're going to try to replicate what they are doing. If you're trying to find a ways of fixing this or solving it or providing some sort of care, you're going to analyze the patterns that brought them to this. But it's all relatively, people are stupid. You know.
Yeah.
True.
There's a post that I posted a while back that just came back over my Facebook feed. I reposted. It's like, most people fail to understand that most people fail to understand. Yeah.
Very poetic.
Thank you.
You sure that
I'll take a bow.
That Guns N' Roses didn't write that?
I'm pretty sure.
Did you hear it in Guns N' Roses' voice?
I guess I didn't. That should have
okay.
That should have been a dead
Still
giveaway.
recovering. How does he do this, like, night after night?
Because that's his normal voice.
Because he always quits his concert. Have you seen, like, all the clips on YouTube of, like,
Take
him
that
walking
camera away.
I have not.
Hey, you put that camera at me. If you don't put that away, we're going to leave. And they put it away. And he's like, okay, we're leaving. It's like, get over yourself.
Now I'm just mad. All right.
He's got a half full beer in the back.
My beer's getting warm.
You can take it on stage. Everybody else does. Anyways.
All right.
Next story.
Fifth and last story. I left the most controversial for last. You know, the National Funeral Convention's coming up next month.
Wait,
in
what?
Amsterdam. The National Funeral Convention. It's where coffin makers and the new headstones come out, and like new embalming fluids and new processing stuff. It's like their big show.
Is it like a festival?
It's not a festival. It's more of like a new product show.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a celebration.
No, it's
okay,
not
that's kind of what I was.
Not
I'm
a
like, what?
celebration of death, but it's like the new catalog came out for.
Although I mean, like, you should. Some cultures celebrate death, and it's pretty. It's beautiful.
Sure, yeah, sure. That's what we'll go with.
Did you see the new embalming table? It's got a slot.
Nice.
It's got a slot for your cell phone that charges while you're embalming.
Yeah, it's got 3 USB ports. No, this is basically like the travel show where you go to from all over the world. It's in Amsterdam this year. And this year, Dr. Death himself, Dr. Philip Nitsiku, has something to give to the Amsterdam Funeral Fair.
For those who don't know, Dr. Death, as in like the person who like
assists suicides.
Yeah, okay. There is a doctor or a few Dr. Deaths who assist suicides. That's not so.
Before it was more acceptable or less acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, like there's people who are terminal
like
who do that,
Kevorkian
but then there's other people who, like, if you listen to like the Dr. Death podcast, it's people who are being put on medication that they don't need, who eventually end up dying. And
right,
what's the word? There's not so much more consenting.
Yeah,
but this guy, continue.
Yeah, this guy helps with terminal people and stuff like that. But so this year, Dr. Death is introducing what he refers to as suicide machine, which is a fully 3D printable machine that will help you reach a euphoric state as you choose to terminate your life.
Like that 9 Inch Nails music video?
Well, so basically it's a capsule you go into.
That video fucked me up.
Slowly reduces your air to a point where you comfortably pass away.
Can you come?
If you want to.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't recommend coming in a small space, but if that's your
it's going to clean itself up, though, right?
Somebody else
Somebody
is going to clean it up.
So,
You're
just you just spritz it up and wipe it down.
But for this event, they're going to have a VR version of the suicide machine, which you're able to take a VR euthanization scenario where you can get into the suicide machine. It walks you through the process of setting it up and going through all the steps, and then it will slightly reduce the air to make you feel like you're going through the suicide process so you can see how the machine works.
Otherwise, you can just put a belt over your closet and
hang there. And
yeah. Same situation. It's free. You don't got to pay. You don't got to wait.
Diddle your, yeah. And it's completely free to download. They call it the Sarco.
Does it choke you too?
Nope, no. It just slowly chooses to cycle and reduce out the air.
But it's VR. Like, it's only enhancing your audio and visuals, isn't it?
Well, it slowly takes the light away and...
Oh, so it's not
just
as sensory
illusion.
deprivated.
Yeah, no,
okay.
they're not actually killing you.
Okay.
But
what if you...
That you know of.
Certain
Yeah, you could-
certain apps might kill you, especially if you don't have that demonware.
But yeah.
That was the fakest laugh, Lonnie.
I know. It's like that. Try to fake laugh for 30 seconds. See if you can get through it without really laughing. I'm the fucking man at that game. Just a ha 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 ha.
So stupid stuff. Okay, next. I'm going to throw something at you.
You're going to throw shit at me after we had through.
And then it's going to ricochet off you and hit him.
I've seen you try to throw something before. We're both safe. Mr. I hate baseball. Anyway.
Hey, I was a pitcher and I was good.
Oh.
Thank you.
Good.
You weren't the catcher?
That's what
I wouldn't have played anything else because I wouldn't have been able to play.
That's what I tried to tell Tracy. When I'm good at sex. And she goes, yeah, sure. Anyway. So, yeah. And after it's released at the fair, there's going to be a free 3D printable capsule you're able to make. So, since we're just getting out of Suicide Prevention Month, I thought we'd lead into October.
Thanks.
Right.
Here's a link. The link in the description. Oh.
So those are some fun ones I saw
what was that?
over the last couple weeks.
That 9 Inch Nails music video. You remember that one? It was like a black and white. The dude comes into like this room, sits in a chair, and it starts strapping him down. And like there's kind of a meat grinder that's kind of built into this chair. Like it fucked me up. Like I remember seeing that when I was like 10 years old or so. I'm like, holy shit, what did I just watch?
That at all.
Oh, I have to send you the video.
Are you ready for the cook?
Yeah.
That's
kind of what that reminds me of. But
is it fuck you like an animal or what?
It is not. It's not a...
Fellas, that's all my links I had up.
Oh, all right. Well, are we ready for the main topic?
I didn't get to say this in the beginning because you guys absolutely fucking jumped me. By the time this comes out, I will be the U.S. amateur fisherman of the world. Or not of the world, but of the U.S.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
And don't say you guys. He is the one steering this boat.
I won $100,000. So...
You what? How much?
100,000.
You won $100,000.
Yeah. Oh, well, 101,500.
Bullshit.
That's not supposed to keep going.
Yeah. So as of when this podcast comes out, I'll have won that tournament. But in all reality, as when we're recording this, I leave Friday for the tournament.
Oh, okay. Nice. I was going to say, it looks like you're funding the next movie.
As of right now, I'm just sitting here with dirty wrapped feet because I ran out of tape.
Have you thought about using any excess skin as bait?
I don't have really enough left.
You can take it from either your ass or your feet.
The only leftover excess
eat my ass
skin I have is my foreskin.
You trout.
And I keep that very close to my heart. Oh. Ew.
All right. So we are going to get on to our main topic now.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know new listeners or if our old listeners especially
still listen.
If they remember a little over a year ago, we did a 64. Actually, it was a little more than 64, I thought.
It was a fuck ton.
It was horror movie characters, and we did a bracket where we did a randomizer to pit them against one another, and we went through and picked out who we thought would win. And out of all that, Art the Clown from the Terrifier movie,
played by
movies,
David Howard Thorne.
Won. It was down to him and Freddie, wasn't it?
It was down to him, yeah, and Freddie.
And that was kind of a dream scenario there. And then we had David Howard Thornton the next episode or 2 episodes later was on, and great guest, fun
Can't
guy
guarantee
to talk to.
that will happen this year.
Yeah, it's a possibility. So what we're doing is we're doing that again this year. This one's put on by me, but since this is the second one, We're going to make this tag team style.
Oh.
So
we're gonna fucking Eiffel Tower this
what
one.
what I did in preparation for this is I picked 32 iconic characters. Tried to pick ones that I figured we knew, everybody knows. Then I put them in a random generator and it paired them up. And I have the bracket. It's going to be a 16 team thing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one with this. We're going to discuss. We're going to first of all come up with maybe a name for the team.
Right.
And then we are going to. I thought that was a sound effect. I was like, that's a weird one. Are you sick?
I'm always sick.
Damn it. Cannot afford to be sick again.
It's not COVID. Stop freaking out. I have allergies.
Okay.
Didn't you say that last time when you had COVID?
Everybody says that. They're like, oh, I was told before I got sick from somebody that it was just allergies. And then it turned out it was fucking bronchitis. And that's pretty much what I think I had. And I still have. I'm not fully like back to 100%, but.
Always worrying about you. You didn't once ask me how I was.
I did too.
No, you didn't.
We just moved on.
You just infinitely went to criticizing. Are you sick again? That's not a good way of asking how I'm feeling.
Oh no, what happened?
Anyways,
okay?
So what we're gonna do is pick the names, then we're gonna go through and we're gonna. I mean, this could be interesting as to the different ways that these guys kill their weapons, whatever, guys and gals.
Me and
more
dynamics.
and
Me and Justin have no idea who these teams are either.
You don't. I know what the teams are. I know the brackets, and like I said, this is all was randomized. And there's gonna be I told Justin and Lonnie, there's a few teams on here where I was just like, how the fuck did that happen? And we will figure that out. So let's get on with the first match in the first bracket.
Do we each get to name the team?
We can come up like with, if you have an idea, we'll shout it out. I don't want to spend too much time on the name of the team, but we can come up with something like on the spot. Now, the way we're going to do this too is we're going to just debate, go back and figure out say what we want to say. And then at the end, all three of us will pick who we think will win. Obviously, if a team has 3, they win. But whoever has 2 out of 3 is going to be the winner advancing on.
Yeah.
So here we go with the first one. The first team is Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies and Michael Myers from the original 1978. Why is that? Why are you making the jerk off motion?
That's such a good team.
Oh, the way you rolled your eyes was like,
I was like, okay, who are they destroying?
And they are going up against Jason Voorhees from the original Friday the 13th movies, not the 2019 remake, and Bub from Dawn of the Dead. So we got Pinhead and Michael Myers from 1978 versus Jason Voorhees and Bub.
Sights to show you.
So what name do you think that Michael Myers and Pinhead would have?
Pokey. Pokey.
I want to pokey all the time. Pokey all the time.
I don't know. Halloween.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was the name of an 80s hair band.
It was, and I have one of their songs called Halloween, I think, from their self-titled. All right, what did we think Jason Voorhees and Bub would be called?
Slow but effective.
Perfect. Slow but effective. I like that name. Justin, did you have?
I like that name as well.
All right.
We'll roll with it.
So, all right, let's discuss here. Who's going to win this one? How are they going to do it? This is interesting.
So, I think Pinhead in this is absolutely useless because neither Jason or Bub, I think, at this point have souls. So,
that's true.
The fear of taking those away is dumb.
I mean, he can get them lost and make them stumble into bullshit with like chains and bodies and just make the environment
Bub's
crappy.
already on a chain.
Yeah, well, there's other chains. He's going to cross chains, and then Michael Myers comes out and cuts him in the butt.
I just feel like Bub would try to get along with Jason, but Jason wouldn't have anything of it. But Bub's a quick learner. I mean, he knows how to shoot a gun.
Yeah. I think there'd be no way for Pinhead to get into this because no one would be able to, like, neither Bub nor Jason would be able to open the Lamont configuration. So Pinhead would just be a non-entity anyway.
With Michael Myers, you can shoot him as many times as you want, and it's not going to...
Yeah, but no one's ever... I think they've only decapitated him once. Well, they didn't even decapitate him. That was some other dude.
It was a cop in a
Yeah.
mask.
So I don't know. Michael Myers seems to, in a brute fight that's never really existed against Michael Myers, he's had so many body type changes. But for the most part, Michael Myers has never been bulky. Like, we've had Kane Hodder, we've had some big Jasons. So I think in a hand-to-hand combat situation, I think Jason actually destroys Michael Myers pretty easily.
I don't know about that. I would say the other way.
I think smarter versus bulk in just a hand-to-hand situation.
How does he know that he's actually taken him on when he can? I mean, he is pure and complete evil.
Well, you guys are also leaving out Bub is actually, he's not no weak link either.
No.
He's a pretty tall, powerful zombie.
Right.
I think you have Jason and Bub together. They're pretty powerful team.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is situation with the other people involved. I think Pinhead's, like I said, he's a non-entity at this point. Like, he can maybe use chains and stuff to restrict, but when has restriction ever stopped Jason before?
When he's in the water, being pulled under with chains wrapped around his feet.
With a boulder.
See, the thing is
around his neck.
As much as Pinhead likes to change the scenery, and Michael Myers is really good at interior design. He likes to like put people on hooks and stuff, and just like, that looks. He feng shui's the barn or the house or something like that. I think they're a good team. They mesh well, and Jason and Bub. Yeah, I'd probably say they wouldn't. I don't think Jason would. I think he might be too one-sided and not open for the tag.
All right, so let's go to the voting now. Justin, who are you picking to win this?
Halloween.
Okay. Lonnie?
I'm going with slow and effective. I don't think two entities from hell who are from different areas of hell could get along.
All right, so I already get.
I would say. I mean, Pinhead has friends.
He's from Leviathan, though. He's not really from hell.
He's got the Cenobites, and
so it's up to me on the first one to figure out the tiebreaker. Who's going to win here? I have to go with size on this one. I think I'm going to have to go with the team of Jason Voorhees and Bub. Slow but effective is going to advance on. That's a funny name. Slow but effective. All right. So in the next round, again, random. And this first team I'm going to name off is one where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Round 2.
We've got last year's champion, Art the Clown.
Yay.
Teaming up with Tim Curry's Pennywise.
Oh.
I thought the name for this could be At. Instead of It, you got At. And I know his name is not It, it's Pennywise, but I thought At. But what name?
Well, they call him It.
I'm good with that.
At? Justin, you look like your gears were churning there. Did you?
Smeared paint.
Smeared
paint.
Smear. Okay, so Art the Clown and Tim Curry's Pennywise versus our first female, Baby Firefly and Ghostface from Scream.
Oh, that's a no contest.
Yeah, clowns take it.
All right,
absolutely.
We're not even going to waste our time.
No, because they're two very manipulatable creatures.
They can jump in and out of themselves and still have fun.
Well, I completely hate Ghost. I hate the Scream movies. I'm sorry to those that like it, but I think they're stupid and they're Wes Craven's worst.
If you're going to single it down to Ghostface, like
which Ghostface do you choose?
Would the fucking Ghostface that's hiding underneath the ring to swap out when the other one is, and then the whole time it was the other guy.
Well, I was going to say Baby Firefly, her whole thing is using her sex appeal, which isn't going to work on Art the Clown.
Absolutely not.
And I don't
Pennywise prefers kids anyway.
Exactly. So Pennywise and Art the Clown move on. Team At is moving on.
At.
So let's go on to the next one. We've got Chucky from Child's Play teaming up with Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. Okay. You've got the tallest guy and the smallest guy.
Team Little Big.
Team Little Big. Yeah. I like that name. Justin, you like that name?
The Giants.
But they're not.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's funny.
Okay. I like Little Big. So Chucky and Boris Karloff's Frankenstein versus this next team is actually probably one of my favorite ones. It's two pretty tough renegade guys. You've got Ash Williams from Evil Dead.
Okay.
And Otis Driftwood from Devil's Rejects and 3 from Hell, House of a Thousand Corpses. That's a pretty wild team. What's a good name for them?
So it would be hard because Ash isn't technically a villain.
No, but he's a fighter. I mean,
he's a good fighter, and he's good at everything he does.
Horror-esque movies.
He's the main character and kind of like the main, not villain, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you can have a good villain. Who's to say Jason's a bad guy? He drowned. He's coming after people to kill.
Number of people who he's murdered.
He's misunderstood.
He's doing it because they ignored him. That's
so
why.
he's bratty.
He's a good guy.
What's your favorite Otis line?
My favorite Otis line is probably
he's all true and you're about to meet him.
Yeah, that's good. I like his line in House of a Thousand Corpses. He's like, I bet you, I don't know exactly how he said it. He's like, I bet you'd stick your head in that fire if I told you could see the,
see hell.
See hell. He's just, that's so sarcastic. Although I hated his look in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Well,
yeah, it's very different.
Team Boogeyman Stick.
Team Boogeyman Stick?
Yeah.
Team Boogie Stick.
Team Boogie Stick. All right, I like it. We'll go with that. All right, so let's discuss here. What's happening in this one? Again, Chucky and Frankenstein versus Ash and Otis Driftwood.
I think Chucky would be handled very quickly.
By Otis.
I think he's pretty useless.
I feel like Chucky would be one of those types of people who try to, in a team match, he'd probably try to sacrifice his teammate and probably maybe even put his soul into the Frankenstein body to try to get power.
I think Frankenstein could utilize Chucky as like a lawn dart.
Like a fastball special.
Chucking the shit out of him at somebody.
Chuck and Chucky.
Chuck and Chucky. See, there you go.
Yeah. I think...
Frankie, Chucky.
I think both Frankenstein and Chucky are really kind of
hold on.
shitty monsters.
What kind of...
If you think about it.
What kind of match is this? If it's a hardcore match...
All these are hardcore.
We kill you. We kill you. You try to kill us.
Yeah. It's whoever the last...
I'm thinking of in-ring type of... Okay.
I mean, if it's down to like one-on-one, whatever the winning team is, their person gets reincarnated.
Well, if you think about it, Ash is kind of worthless too. Like, so the only competent murderer/killer in this is a human being.
Yeah.
So how really reliable is a human being? Like, do we want to put that forward knowing that he could easily die from a witch or...
I feel like Ash has...
However you want to look at it. No wrong or right.
Ash has the best luck. Well, the worst and best luck.
I think he's survived the most unnecessary. Man, Chucky obviously regenerates the easiest. I gotta go.
Providing like you don't. I mean, if he can keep the contents secured, he can't really regenerate.
I think
much.
Chucky could easily hide behind Frankenstein.
Yeah, I gotta go with Little Big. Yeah,
I gotta go with Boogie Stick.
God damn it, you guys are making me choose again. I mean, this is a tough one because I really like the team of Ash and Otis. But the thing is Frankenstein's he's slow, but he's big.
He's a hoss for
and
sure.
If he gets a hold of you, he's not letting go of you.
He doesn't do well with fire.
And if Chucky's hiding behind him and he gets a hold of it, like in both Ash and Otis, their weapons of choice, they have to get close in order to use them.
Yeah,
like
not always.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's depending on the environment. I mean, because Frankenstein isn't good with fire, and if they can blow something up, which I'm pretty sure they're both.
But
really,
have they? We can't go on assumptions because I mean, if we go with that route, Frankenstein can make a bomb and blow them up too. But has he ever done it? No. I'm going off of what I know about them.
And for
me too.
For those people listening, we're talking about Frankenstein's monster, not Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, the creature.
I would have to say that realistically, Chucky would probably be hiding behind his big tag team partner, allowing Ash and Otis to get close. And like once Frankenstein gets a hold of either of them, Chucky's going to come in and do his damage and stuff. I'm going to go with Team Little Big. I think they're going to...
I feel like Ash would expect it.
Well, you got to think about it too, though. Charles Lee Ray is smart enough to let Frankenstein go out there and at least try to wear him down for a little bit before he makes any move.
Right.
Like he's going to be developing plans A, B, and C before his partner even breaks a sweat.
Okay, let's move on to the fourth match, the last one in bracket 1, and that is Hannibal Lecter and Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman.
Okay.
Teaming up.
Team Big Bites.
Okay, I like Big Bites.
Snack Pack.
I like Snack Pack better.
I do too, Snack Pack. And then they are going up against Candyman and Carrie White, the Sissy Spacek version.
Okay.
So Hannibal Lecter and Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman versus Candyman and Sissy Spacek's Carrie.
Team, they're all gonna laugh at you. Because when they're covering him in the honey, they're all laughing and calling him Candyman.
They're all gonna laugh at you. Okay. All right. So let's start discussing.
So 2 supernatural figures versus a cannibal and a dog.
I think Hannibal Lecter's automatically. I mean, he's always bound up in a straitjacket, so he's kind of like Pinhead, useless. Wolfman is definitely he's quick, agile.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, when he's released, you talking about after capture?
Yeah.
So he has to only be restrained the entire time?
Well, the thing is, his partner could untie him.
Yeah.
I guess. So he could be untied, but even after that, what's his game? What's he going to do?
He's got brains. He's got the smarts, but I think he usually targets more people that he can get an advantage on.
I think he's going to target Candyman because his name's Candy, and Candy's good.
It's not really. It's calories.
Thank you.
Next up in the giggle pit.
I think the ferocity of Wolfman. Is this at night?
Sure.
Okay, let's.
Well, yeah,
just,
Great.
yeah.
It would have to be with a full moon. He's just like the guy who plays Wolfman running around. I'm fucked. This could have been so much cooler.
As long as there's no silver around to be floating around from Carrie, I think the Wolfman can have a big advantage.
Well, how do we know what material Candyman's hook's made of?
It's not silver. It's alloy. It's a metal.
Because they had alloy back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carrie,
if she's on her instinct, if she's on her period, I'm pretty sure it'll cause a lot more
from Candyman or her partner
and
so you think it's going to
This just got weird.
the beans.
But it's a good point.
And a nice Chianti.
Chianti.
Same thing. I pronounce it Chianti.
I mean,
well, you can, but it's wrong.
I'm going to start out first with this one just because I don't want to be the one that has to determine. But I think I'm going to go with Team Snack Pack on this one.
All right.
I originally wanted to say Team Snack Pack, but with the trigger happy, I don't know if you want to say happy, the trigger mad, that Carrie alone, I mean, Well, I guess Candyman, would he fight them if they don't call him out?
Oh, he's called out.
Okay.
That's how the match starts. Bruce Buffer is like, Candyman.
It's time.
So is Bruce Buffer no longer alive then?
He's dead.
And then Candyman is like, send some here. Fuck, man.
Lonnie, do you have
I'm
Carrie, and
I'm
so they're all gonna laugh at you.
I'm team there.
Team laugh at you.
Yeah, Carrie White's just the biggest problem with Carrie White though is she
laugh at you.
Nuh-uh. How was that queued up?
It's on my tasker.
Okay.
Carrie White's phenomenal, but she's also doesn't have total grasp of her power, and if she overloads, she dies. Like that's Carrie's problem.
Okay. All right, so we're moving on to the next one. We've got the team of the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. And
Creepers.
Victor Crowley from the Hatchet movies.
Team Handsome.
Handsome?
Oh,
I can go with that. Justin?
I got nothing.
All right, Team Handsome.
Team Handsome.
And then they are going up against the team of Pazuzu from The Exorcist and Jigsaw, John.
Oh.
The Crazy Few.
The Crazy Two?
Few, but two, whatever. Yeah.
I was thinking of like Pazuzu, Jigsaw, Pigsaw.
Pigsaw? Get the fuck out of here.
You're looking for a smack in the fucking mouth?
Pajig. All right, so what did you say?
I just said the Crazy Few, Crazy Two, whatever. Just throw something down.
We're going to call them the Crazy Two. I want to get out of here. All right, so let's discuss here. I swear to God.
You're not going to get sick.
I probably will because I get sick from everything.
All right, so if Jigsaw is involved, he already knows who he's up against.
He does.
If Pazuzu.
You're just wasting your time. It's fucking Victor Crowley and like
Creeper?
Yeah.
You think so?
Team, we need a nap.
But Pazuzu could possess one of them.
No, he can't.
Yeah,
and then
why can't he?
They're two soulless entities. They're just empty shells.
Victor Crowley's not.
He's dead.
He's a human.
Oh,
he's still got a soul.
No, he doesn't.
They're Team Crazy. They have the ability to like their whole method is trapping. So you can trap them or trap their body from the inside or the outside.
But they always come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
trapping them and killing them is irrelevant because they're just.
Oh no, you don't have to kill them. You can just have to trap one, take over their body, use the body to kill the other one. So if, let's say, a creeper gets possessed, he has the ability of flight. He can just use the possessed body to bring up Otis, smash him down. Because he died with something. He got ran over. Or, yeah.
Otis.
Sorry, not Otis. Fuck.
Jigsaw?
No.
Victor
Crowley. Sorry. Didn't he die getting smashed or something?
He got hit in the face by an axe and then burned, yeah.
Yeah. Just possessed.
He's a non-entity ethereal creature that comes back every 10 years or so to murder.
Yeah, well, I mean, then Jigsaw can just create an entraption that triggers every 10 years.
I'm going to play a game. All right, so it sounds like you're going with Pazuzu and Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And you're going with Victor Crowley and Creeper.
Yeah.
Fuck. I always got to be the one that has to pick things here. I feel... I understand everything you said, Justin, but I feel like Victor Crowley especially...
Got to go with size.
He's a fuck... Yeah, he's a big guy.
It's size with everything.
He could destroy any...
That's how it's been this whole time.
Unless Pazuzu possesses Victor Crowley and can take over his body, then I think he could do some damage to the Creeper, Victor Crowley being possessed. But I think Victor Crowley could destroy any fucking trap that Jigsaw puts together.
Well, and the thing is, Pazuzu wouldn't be able to take over Victor Crowley because, in essence, they're both demons.
What if a trap that is constantly, like, seeking to smash his head?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go with Team Handsome here, the Creeper and Victor Crowley. I think they're moving on.
We're not poo-pooing on your answers. They're just...
No. I mean, it's size every time. That's how it's going to be.
Size matters. That's why I always lose. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Now,
for the fat kids,
we've got the 2007 Rob Zombies Michael Myers.
So beefy Rob.
Teaming up with Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Sucky stabby.
Sucky what?
Sucky stabby.
Sucky stabby. Okay, I like that.
Or sucky pokey.
I like stabby. It sounds sucky stabby.
Stabby sucky?
Sucky stubby. And so Michael Myers 2007 version and Bela Lugosi's Dracula taking on Samara Morgan from The Ring. And Damien Thorne from The Omen. Oh. So you got
monsters versus demons.
That could be the cool name. Demon Childs.
Chidge demons. The chitlins.
The what?
The chitlins.
Chillins? Okay. Chillins. All right. So how is this happening here? Now, I will say, Justin, I'm sorry, but this Michael Myers is definitely a lot bigger and more powerful than the 1978 one.
He's a big beefy boy.
Yeah, I mean, well, when it comes to Mike Myers, I usually favor. I'm just trying to think of like...
You know Damien's not going to be fighting by himself.
Not so much.
Absolutely.
And then Samara can, I mean... freeze you cold.
Turn your face all weirdo looking.
But I don't think that's really going to... I mean, we only know that happens with humans. Does that happen with people who aren't subjected to that sort of... to somebody who's completely evil? Who was the other one? Dracula? Yeah, Dracula and Mike Myers. Miguel.
Well...
Sucky stabby. It's got to be sucky stabby.
Sucky stabby.
You didn't say your answer yet, did you? Okay.
I feel like...
You can go ahead and say yours.
Dracula can easily run from Samara. I don't think Damien has a big foot in this.
I mean, I'm going to be going with Sucky Stabby too. So we've got our winner.
Then we're good.
Sucky Stabby defeats Chillins.
It's all for you, Damien.
All right. So this next one, we've got the Babadook and the Nun from The Nun.
An amazing movie teamed with a super shitty movie.
What's their name?
Creep Factor.
Babadook.
Creep Factor versus another team that I swear to God was random. I did not do this on purpose, but we've got Captain Spaulding and the new Pennywise. So all the clowns got teamed up together, which I think is fucking crazy. So what's the name of this team? Captain Wise?
Oh, it's not that. It's not that one.
Freckles. Team Freckles.
Yeah. I don't think they stand a chance.
Well, they're going to be called Captain Wise since somebody came up with that.
Yeah, I think Pennywise isn't going to do so hot since I don't think he's going to be feared. And then
Captain Spaulding
is
old man.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with creep factor.
Creep factor.
All right.
I mean, it's similar.
Just because of the Babadook.
Yeah. It's similar like with the Babadook. Like, I mean, well, no. Like, he exists no matter if you fear him. It's just he likes the fear. I guess the crooked man, like, with the crooked spine.
It's two completely different franchises.
It's the same. The Babadook is
no
the same.
No,
they use the same. In the Babadook, they use that song.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
I feel like I could prove you wrong.
We're going on to our last first round match. And we've got an intergender tag team match here.
Hot.
Our first team is Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah, mama.
And Lonnie's favorite, Freddy Krueger.
Team Mama Sweater.
I was going to say, all right. I was going to say Mama Dreams. Team Mama Sweaters, okay. And they are going up against the team of my favorite villain, Leatherface, and Annabelle.
So, Justin, it's up to you.
The name?
No.
Well, what's the name of Leatherface and Annabelle?
Pretty Blade.
Okay.
Pretty Blade?
Pretty Saw.
Okay.
The Blade is family.
All right. So, yeah, he's obviously got Pamela and Freddie, and I've got Leatherface and Annabelle.
Man.
So this is all on you to decide what is happening.
Which one of your friends do you want to hurt in the first round?
I feel like...
Keep in mind, Annabelle isn't going to do shit to Freddy.
Yeah. I feel like usually, when it comes to dreams, anything goes. But, yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, I think I might have to go Mama Sweater.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love Leatherface, when I saw that he was teamed up with Annabelle, I'm like, fuck.
I think she's going to hold him back. Although she can just appear places and don't fucking do that.
All right. So
oh my God, you're so dirty. Go take a shower.
So here we go. We're going on to round 2. And our first one is the team Slow But Effective, which is Jason Voorhees and Bub, versus which is Art the Clown and Tim Curry's Pennywise.
I feel like having Art the Clown in this.
Let's not go off of like he won last year. He can't win this year. Don't be saying that.
I think he's too OP though.
Yeah.
Like Art was written by a guy who loves horror. So like it's hard to find things that don't make him perfect.
All right, read it off again.
Are Jason Voorhees and Bub.
Art and Pennywise. Tim Curry.
Versus Jason Voorhees and Bub.
Let's look at this objectively. Pennywise is pretty useless against both of them. Mm-hmm. So Pennywise is the non-element in this. Because he's not getting,
at least
he's not getting any fear out of those two.
He's a diversion. Fuck. Yeah. Like part of me wants to say
it's got to be Team Slow and Effective. I love the other team. I think it and Art are great, but I don't think Art's enough to take both of them down. In a one-on-one match, I think Art takes both of them easily.
But
on a two-on-one,
Pennywise could easily distract Bub with a balloon. You don't think that Bub's going to be like, whoa, and like really distracted by it? So then you kind of even it up there, the two non-effective ones, perhaps. So it's kind of boils down to Jason Voorhees and Art the Clown.
Yeah.
And whoever wins that, you got strength and power over
psychoticness, and who it basically comes down to who's got the better recovery factor.
Yeah.
And I think Art does have the better recovery factor.
Yeah, I'm more privy towards with this one. Pennywise is the best when it comes to diversion. If he starts it out, Art is definitely faster than Jason. But I think even Art can also be a good diversion to be in front, or I guess make Jason take out his partner accidentally. And then he can be staring at the lights.
I think the chain around Bub's neck is not a good thing for him. I think that's a
hindrance.
Yeah. And I think that can be utilized not only against him, but against his partner, Jason. I'm going to start off by saying I think Team At is winning this one.
Me too. All Pennywise has to do is become teenage kids, and Jason loses.
All right.
Or becomes a bucket of water.
Team At's moving on.
Oh my God, water!
All right. So next one is Team Little Big, which is Chucky and Boris Karloff's Frankenstein, versus Team They're Gonna Laugh at You, which is Candyman and Carrie White, played by Sissy Spacek. Interesting one, I think.
I think I would put this in the corner of Team They're All Gonna Laugh at You.
I think
so too.
Carrie could utilize her, what's that called?
The distance, the
telepathetic.
Telekinesis on Chucky especially.
Or psychokinesis.
Right? And she could probably even cause Chucky to harm his tall and dumb partner, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all Team They're Gonna Laugh at You.
Yeah.
She can easily just dismantle Frankenstein's creature. Just undo all the stitches. Let him fall apart.
Just remove his brain. Like, save trouble and just remove the brain and go on from there.
She wouldn't be that clean.
This is interesting. This is very interesting here. All right, so
don't you stack those papers like you're?
We've got
this is very interesting.
Team Handsome, Team Handsome, which is the Creeper and Victor Crowley.
Hanson? Did you say Hanson?
Yes. Versus Sucky Stabby, which is 2007 Michael Myers and Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi. So Team Handsome and Sucky Stabby. Who we got going here? I don't understand why that light keeps turning on in the hallway, but
it's
anyway.
noticing me. Notice me.
So we've got quite, I mean, I think you've
I
got
don't know why I just got that.
quite the powerhouse here, minus Dracula. But I think a match, fuck, get your booger rag away from me.
Not a booger rag.
But I think Michael Myers and Victor Crowley would be one hell of a match to watch go against one another.
Two big old houses.
And I don't know. I honestly, I feel like Victor Crowley would have the upper hand in that one.
I think so as well. I think Crowley is, I think he's more ruthless than Michael Myers. I think Michael Myers is more calculating, but I think in a situation where all limbs are flying at you, I think calculation is out the door.
Victor Crowley is all a hands-on type of dude.
Yeah.
What if he takes off the mask and he's looking at himself? What if he kills himself?
How would he look at himself?
He
I don't
doesn't
know.
care.
Michael Myers seems to be able to get out of a jumpsuit really fast.
So it'd just be a naked dude standing there.
Yeah. It's like, where the fuck is that guy? That's how it's happened in like 4 or 5 of the movies, you know?
So the edge, in my opinion, is Team Handsome.
The one thing we have to keep in mind about this, though, the true winner in that battle is Danielle Harris, because she killed both of them.
That is true.
So wait, hold on. Fuck. Say, what was it? All right, Team Handsome.
The Creeper and Victor Crowley versus Michael Myers from 2007, Rob Zombie, and Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Well,
the thing is
Dracula.
No matter
and the Creeper can both fly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you got a fight in the air and a fight down below. Damn, that's
epic.
I think endurance has to play an effect with this too. Michael Myers can go all night long.
Can he though? Because Victor Crowley's corporeal, so.
Yeah, but Bela Lugosi cannot go all night long.
All night long.
He's once daylight.
Well, same thing with Victor Crowley. He can only go through the night.
He likes the sucky. He's the sucky and sucky stabby.
He gets all you do the stabby, I do the sucky.
If I'm gonna be honest here, I think Team Handsome wins.
I think so too, and I don't want to admit it.
It sucks because a lot of the teams, like, they've got one so much of a powerhouse, and then they've got one liability.
I know. I kind of really wanted to put this together without randomizing it, but it's a lot more fun.
You create your character sheets
because they
can be equally balanced.
It would just, you'd have that one team that were just like from the beginning. We're like, that's gonna.
What you need to do is like throw in like a special weapon or a setting to make the stakes go up.
If somebody's topic wasn't an hour and a half, just kidding. Oh. I'm kidding. All right, so Team Handsome, Victor Crowley, and the Creeper advance on to the final 4. All right, so our last second round match, we have Creep Factor, which is the Babadook and the Nun.
Definitely not.
Taking on Team Mama Sweaters, which is Pamela Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. I feel
this is
Pamela, it's another intergender.
Yeah.
These ones. I feel like Pamela Voorhees is the weak link in this one. This is all going to rely on the shoulders of Freddy.
Right.
Now, him and Pamela have now had one fight together, so maybe there's more chemistry between them. Maybe he's taught Pamela
going steady
too. Yeah.
Huh.
But you know who's watching closely is Pamela's son. Him and Freddie have fought each other once before in a shitty movie.
It was a great movie.
It was a good attempt, all right.
It could have been done.
Young Lonnie loved it.
If it would have been done in the 90s, I think it would have been way more better than what it was. But they ruined a lot of it, I think, with new age special effects and stuff. But anyways, let's go back to this fight. So Mama Sweaters versus Creep Factor.
Creep Factor's hard because they're both ghosts/demons. So I think Freddy would have a hard time with them just because they're both not real entities, and that's kind of hard for him to kill.
But do real entities...
He could absorb them, potentially, like he absorbs souls.
That's an interesting fact. He does that, then what happens?
And he takes on their attributes and their energies.
Like chakra aligning.
Well, he do that, and that basically means they've won. Team Mama Sweaters won.
Yeah.
In your eyes.
MILF burns. Nice.
That's stupid. Damn it. Yeah.
That's the only scenario in which I think they come out on top.
All right. Wait, who's with Creeper?
That was the last one. We're on
the nun in the
Babadook.
Oh, nun in the Babadook. Okay.
Now, we don't know much about the Babadook, to be honest, because we only got 30 seconds of Babadook in the Babadook. There was a lot implied about him, but that was a movie where you had to use your own interpretation. That's what made the Babadook movie so good. The nun was fucking garbage. Let's just go that far.
Either way, they both... man, I would say Creep Factor. I mean, even in dreams or so, they like to conceal themselves, like Babadook and the nun. They can use more shadow play.
Well, the nun itself, you have to keep in mind, the nun was in fact a character of Valak. Right. Valak was the actual demon behind the nun, so the nun was just a character played by the demon Valak because it was seen from the monastery.
Right.
So,
and they can go even deeper into the possession.
She wasn't really she didn't possess anybody. She just took the form as a nun.
I think she has the skills. She could do it. New move.
So it sounds like we're all leaning towards Creep Factor here.
I'm not.
I am.
But we can't.
Just because
if you two are, it doesn't matter.
I think Creep Factor is gonna probably win because I just don't think Freddy's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
he absorbs one of them. The other one's gonna take advantage of that opportunity.
All right.
Are you firm on Creep Factor?
Yes.
Okay.
Primarily due to shadow play. It's harder to contain. It's harder to fight something that's not certain that's there.
Freddy just doesn't have a route to victory, and Pamela is just such a giant asset in that situation because she's already mentally scarred.
And I think also with Babadook and Nun, sleep won't be much of an issue on their own.
Because they're both not real.
Yeah.
All right. So we've eliminated 12 teams. I had to do math there. I was thinking 32. So we eliminated 12 teams. We're down to 4 teams right now. So we are going on to the semifinals match. And our first one is which is Art the Clown and Tim Curry's Pennywise versus Team They're Gonna Laugh at You, which is Candyman and Carrie White, Sissy Spacek. We've got ourselves quite a matchup here.
I don't think we do, though. I think Team just runs away with it. I think they're just better versions of Team They're Gonna Laugh at You. Because I think Pennywise is just a better version of Carrie. And
I don't know if I agree entirely just because of, well, I mean, he can make it seem like, I don't think he doesn't go up against with Fear. She's reached her prime. She's standing her ground now.
She hasn't reached her prime at all. She's nowhere near. She's an infant when it comes to her psychic abilities. The only other psychic...
Well, she's not scared, so she has a bit of control to go haywire.
I feel her telekinesis, again, is a big factor in this one.
I feel like it does keep both clowns away, or it at least keeps her away if she... but then again, it can also be to her detriment, depending on the location. It can put herself in danger.
I think someone who has been raised a certain way and who hasn't really got to experience life like Carrie, I think is very easily manipulated. And I think someone as intelligent as Pennywise, who has lived many lifetimes, could very easily find a way to manipulate Carrie White.
Unless you put him in a certain location, like
like the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
All right, I'm starting this one off. I'm going with Team At. I think they're gonna have too much of the upper hand here.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like it's hard to. I want to fight, or primarily using a lot of the telekinetic abilities, but I feel like it's not going to be their trickery. You can't predict non-predictability.
Yeah.
They both have non-predictable qualities.
And if we're talking about Carrie White's only supposed to be 15. So that's still pretty young.
She's put her in the losers club.
Just about.
Well, her and Candyman gave it quite the effort. But
They did. They made it a hell of a long ways. Good for them.
They did.
He just left a bunch of rappers.
Who left all these Mentos rappers everywhere?
So now we're going to Team Handsome, the Creeper and Victor Crowley versus Creep Factor, the Babadook and the Nun.
Fuck. That's like, I feel like the Creeper has a lot going for him, but I feel like, how did they defeat the Babadook?
They really didn't. They became at peace with them. The Babadook's about like the 7 stages of grief. So they just got to acceptance and accepted it.
Well, Victor Crowley and the Creeper are not going to accept anything.
Yeah, I feel like the Babadook he's got, or she, I'm not judging, I feel like they got, it doesn't tell you much. Like, it's a haunting in a sense, but I mean, like, just the Babadook can become something huge, bigger than Victor.
True. But it also depends on how can Victor get his hands on him before.
And then he can just go bonks on his head, bonks.
Where are you at with this, Lonnie?
This is hard because it's 3 entities that basically can regenerate at will, and then the Jeepers Creepers.
Didn't the Jeepers Creepers kind of have a little bit more of a...
Had more mythos than all of
Yeah, didn't he have a little bit more like a synopsis with, or synapse with like other avian creatures? Wasn't there like bats or something kind of flying with him? Did he have like control of certain animals?
He had wings, so...
Yeah,
I know he had...
I watched the first one a lot. The second one I've only seen once.
I feel like when he arrived, there was like just bats or something kind of like with him.
Because he lived underground.
Yeah.
He lived in a
cave, like...
Yeah. Under a culvert, yeah.
All right, boys, decision time. Who's winning?
Good question. I'm glad you asked it.
Who's going to the final round?
So, Creep Factor versus...
Team Handsome.
Team Handsome.
I gotta say Team Handsome. I can't get away from it that I think they're just too good of a team.
Lonnie says Team Handsome, Victor and the Creeper. I'm going to just make it interesting. Actually, I don't know. Wait, should I put this all on him?
Fuck, man.
I mean, what you said earlier, I mean, I'm looking at the size here, but...
I just settled, really. It's like, I'm happy with either of them.
All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm going to say Creep Factor, so it's in your court, Justin. You have to decide who's winning this one.
Neither of these two can beat Team Hat, so that's the situation I'm at right now.
I don't know.
I feel like if the Babadook advances, I think... Wait, the Babadook and...
The Nun.
The Nun. I know. You have to keep telling me every single time. I'm doing this for the viewers, listeners.
Yeah.
So they're like,
what they can't see is you staring at
luckily,
the
he
ceiling.
said something, so I'm on board now. Otherwise, they're like, why does that dude keep forgetting everything? Yeah, it's late.
It is, and we got another podcast to go. It's going to be a quick one.
Let's see. Man, I loved Jeepers Creepers growing up. I wasn't big on Victor Crowley, but man, I think I have to go with the Babadook and the Nun.
Creep Factor.
Creep Factor.
All right, so we have got our final matchup here. And
I feel like Lonnie picked Team Handsome because he wanted the Babadook to go through too, so he knew I was going to pick it. So
here's what we have here for our final match. We've got Team At, which is Art the Clown, who was last year's winner, and his tag team partner of Pennywise, the Tim Curry version, the only version that matters. And they are going up against Team Creep Factor, which is the Babadook and the Nun. Gentlemen, who's taking this match and becoming the 2021 Horror Tournament champions? Are we going to have a repeat champion, or are we going to go on to the crown another couple champions. I mean, Lonnie's already made it sound like he's got his picked here, but let's look at this. Who? Let's start this way. Out of these two teams, who's the weak link?
I think Valak is the weak link. Out of them all.
Me so
Okay.
He's horny.
So that gives Art the Clown and Pennywise.
And I think Pennywise would also be.
He's who I was thinking of. As
yeah, I think Pennywise would be the weak
He's
link.
the only one who would be smart enough to exile Valak. So you have to use the intelligence factor.
Smart or able?
Able, but he's also
because I feel like both of
intelligent.
them, Art and Pennywise, are able to exile.
Well, I don't think Art has the ability to speak.
Oh, okay, yeah. He can make you speak by torturing. No, he won't. He'll have too fun and go all the way.
He'll wishbone you.
So are we thinking that the most powerful one out of both teams would be the Babadook? Or are we?
I would think so.
See, I do not know how Art would take out the Babadook. I think the Babadook wins it this year. Babadook and the Nun.
I was gonna say I don't think you can take out the Babadook.
I mean, like if you ask nicely, dress up.
Did we not
Home
have
by
the
10.
Babadook in?
I don't think we did have it.
I think we did.
I swear we did.
I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did.
Be interesting to listen to last year's and see.
I forgot exactly how the Babadook got eliminated.
Probably
but
got beat by Art the Clown.
Probably.
Probably.
No, I think the Babadook probably got beat by like one of the zombie
Jeremy's hard-ons.
Rob Zombie stuff.
So we're going. We think we have new champions.
Yeah,
this year?
that's how it was because Jeremy didn't know much of the Babadook, and I think whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna come back to this year now.
Okay.
Let's
go around the horn here, boys.
Team creep factor.
You want me to pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you make me have to to make it intriguing. You make it so I have to pick team at. So it's 1-1. So it goes down to you.
I was gonna pick team at as well.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Now I kind of feel like I have to really think about it though, because I was only doing that for.
Oh no, I 100%.
Okay, so
the whole time.
Your team at your creep factor. Let me really.
I had to discount my favorite horror icon of all time last year to choose the true winner. So I think someone else deserves to noodle it this year.
All right, I'll think about this one here.
Yeah, and H.P. Lovecraft deserved to go further too. So,
if I'm being completely honest with you, when I was putting these teams together and I saw the Babadook and the Nun, I was thinking, I don't think that they're good because the Nun. I don't really care for the Nun that much. Yeah. I've seen the Babadook in the last year again, and I don't.
Amazing movie.
It is. I still don't know much about that character.
I think that's what also helped.
There's not much to know. That's what makes it such a great character.
But it's like that not knowing doesn't mean that they're powerful.
Well, no, that's just what makes the movie great. Yeah. That's what I was saying.
But that's what makes this hard because it's just like, can an Art the Clown or can a Pennywise defeat the Babadook?
Right.
That's a hard thing to know.
Can they outlast it is the thing.
And I mean, how long has Pennywise been around? He comes around every
27 years.
27 years. I mean, he can last apparently.
Yeah.
So,
but he's getting older.
He was the second creation?
Mm-hmm. God, I really hate that this is in my hands here because
when you
it's the first time you
count the age of Pennywise, is he like reverse dog years? So like for every 1 year it's 7 years, for every 27 years it's 1 year, or
no, it's every 27 years.
Yeah. So is it like reverse dog years?
Shut up.
So
every
like where
Stop
a dog
it! 27 years.
Yeah, every 27
He's
years.
Infinite.
So meaning like is he 27 plus every single time, or is he 1 every 27 years?
He's infinite.
Here's the question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Is the Babadook a physical entity?
Not when it wants to be or doesn't want to be.
I think the only evidence that the Babadook is a physical entity is when the book is placed in the trash can. That's the only time there is evidence that the Babadook is a physical entity.
And where was the book at the end of the movie?
In the trash can. In the library.
They were reading it.
Okay. So to me, he's not a physical entity at that point.
Right.
And I don't think that Pennywise or Art the Clown can...
So are you saying that Pennywise and them win because of a no-show?
No. I was actually going the opposite.
Okay.
They can't
destroy
something that's not a physical entity, but this physical entity can do stuff to them.
But that physical entity, there's no proof that physical entity did anything to anybody. Like, what did the Babadook do to that family.
Didn't it kill a dog?
No.
Oh.
He just
fucked with their minds.
He mentally tortured them.
And the thing is, when you say it like that, Art the Clown's mind is already fucked.
Right.
So you can't really fuck with it.
You don't know that. You can fucked up things.
He split a girl in half.
We saw that.
Vagina.
Well, I've done that lots of times. Split a girl in half at the vagina. Boom!
It's... Ay.
Call up David Howard Thornton.
I was thinking that earlier. David, could you beat the Babadook?
I should message him right now and see if he responds.
see if he's online.
While you're doing the no. Oh my gosh.
Check see if he's online. See what he says.
All right, you two keep talking while I do that.
Yeah, the Babadook is a non-entity.
Individually, how would the Babadook die from Art?
I don't think he can die because I don't think he's a thing.
Okay, and same answer with Pennywise. How would Valak die with either of those?
I think Pennywise could easily
fake it till he makes it.
Conjure or unsummon Valak. Because if Lorraine Warren can do it multiple times,
right? So if
no
a person,
reason why,
and he's supposed to be like the second creation, then he probably already has that knowledge or something
very easily. Yeah. If a fake
he spends 27 years,
50-year-old something can do it.
27 years in his own little library, in his study, trying to figure out what scares other people.
He just ate a whole bunch of kids, and now he's full.
So that would be pretty easy to memorize Lorraine Warren's journals and stuff. Like, oh, okay, well, fuck, I can just recite this bullshit.
Yeah. A Babadook is a plane of thought.
All right.
Is a mental state.
Swip it about. Swip it about. What is it? What? Swap it around. How would Valak kill Pennywise?
I don't. See, that's another thing. I don't think Valak could.
I don't think
an essence on the same spiritual plane. And like,
it's just the fear factor, though. There's no. You can't be afraid of it, and that's pretty much
like you can't possess a non-entity. Like you can't possess the body of Pennywise. You can't possess the soul of Pennywise because those things don't exist.
Right.
He's the deadlights.
All they got to do, all Valak has to do is, and plus, as much as, okay, Pennywise as Pennywise or Pennywise as Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins, no one can beat Pennywise Poppins.
Penny Poppins? Yeah, okay. So Pennywise likes to do a lot of the, in the cave, or primarily in the cave is where he takes his claim. And there's a lot of shadows, and Valak loves the shadow play as well. All they have to do is back into the shadows and scurry across a wall or something.
Right.
So it'd be hard to contain. Same with the Babadook. The Babadook is anywhere and everywhere that has the book-ish.
So the Babadook is just a mindset. It, like I said, there's technically really no Babadook. It was just the book that put the idea of the Babadook in their heads.
What if the craziness writes Art the Clown?
You fucking lost me on that one.
Art the Clown is fucked up. What if it just
centers his mind?
Connects something.
Who says he has a mind to center in the first place?
True.
We're going to find out because we got a message to David Howard Thornton.
Yeah, I just sent David Howard Thornton a message explaining what's going on and seeing if the person that knows Art the Clown the best, if he thinks that him and Pennywise can defeat the Babadook and the nun. He has not read it yet. It has sent. Let's give it another couple minutes here before we move on and wrap things up.
Have you heard the conversation over here?
Bits and pieces. I'm not really good at typing.
Trying to do one-on-one. How would one person defeat one or the other teammates? Because I don't think any of them can tack both head on, so it'd have to be a one-on-one type of thing.
Yeah. And like I was telling Justin, the Babadook is a non-entity. Like, it's a state of mind. It's a mental presence, which might have an effect on Art somehow, but it will have zero effect on Pennywise.
So Pennywise is kind of a important role in this.
Yeah. Pennywise, I think, is your A person in this matchup. Pennywise also has the ability to unsummon or trap Valak. That's where his talent lies.
So the Babadook is strengthened by fear and denial. So how can he get other things that are? I mean, like this is the new pin. No, this is the Tim. No,
this is Tim Curry.
Okay. Well, I think the Babadook would have it easier to convince fear onto Pennywise the clown, because again, the Babadook is strengthened by the fear. So if he can just say, "Hey, this is acid," no. Don't do that.
And
I mean, this is still like you both make very valid points, and it's almost where this is going to go to a draw. I almost feel like, because I could see both ways, and if David would read his message, we could.
So, although the ritual made Valak more powerful than ever, it was never completed, and thus left him with only one weakness: the inability to walk in the daylight. So Pennywise doesn't attack at day. We've never seen Art the Clown during the day.
Pennywise does attack during the day.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, he does, but he doesn't
kill Georgie during the day.
He
killed Velma Daniels during the day.
It was a gloomy day. It doesn't count.
He killed Velma Daniels during the day.
We don't know that.
We do.
No.
She gets eaten in the fucking curtains.
Yeah, the curtains were blocking the day.
Oh my goodness.
He's probably having to check with Damien.
He hasn't read it yet.
Oh.
We're going to blame him on this. This is on you, David. This
Pause
is
the
your
episode.
fault.
This is why our episode's 5 hours long. We're waiting.
Jeez. This is going to be a bitch to edit. Thanks a lot. Don't kill me.
I feel like I'm going to just have to make a decision here, and then we will next time have to explain what his response back is going to be.
Throw a wrench in the gear here. Like, we have 2 teams. Is there a handicap or something that is it daylight? Then in that case, the clowns win.
No, all this takes place at night.
Okay, well, fuck. Then the clowns win because it's gonna go back and forth until it becomes light.
You could say that about anything. Like, why is it going to go back and forth?
Because
how do we know that the Babadook and the nun aren't going to come in and just clean house right away, or vice versa? You can't say that they go back and forth. Wait, so you changed your mind though on who the winner is?
Only because of daylight.
Oh, okay. Well then,
because again,
I don't know, man. This is
the Babadook and Valak really love their shadow play. They love hiding in the shadows, and it also entices more fear, or making themselves look bigger than what they actually are, or actually even becoming. I don't even know what the size of Babadook. I would say they can clean house. They'll at least be less unattainable. I would say.
I think I'm just going to have to make a decision here.
Because Tim Curry is losing his faculties, kind of going crazy.
I think with this being at nighttime,
I think the Babadook will take it if it's at night. Yeah,
I think we've got new champions this year. I think the Babadook and the Nun are the 2021 champions of our horror tournament.
How dare you?
Boom.
How dare you?
But that could all change depending on what David Howard Thornton says.
We're going to put a little pin in it. Is that what you're saying?
So right now, our current champions, what's the that called when somebody's like the champions, but they're not yet the champions?
Oh, they're the interim.
They're the interim champions until we hear from.
So this
Art
is pretty
the
much
Clown himself. If he
reviewing the footage just to see if everything.
We're getting the footage reviewed. The Babadook and the Nun won dirty.
Man, you were just blue ballins all of our listeners.
Does this help you that the real image of Valak looks like a little kid with a fucking stork cock?
Is he riding a demon? That's a dragon. It's a fucking dragon. He's riding a dragon. Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna see. Depending on if David agrees that the Babadook and the Nun would win this one, we go with that. If he can plead his case,
if he agrees with me,
if he can plead his case that
you're putting David on trial, you're putting Art the Clown on trial.
If he can tell us a good reason as to how Art the Clown.
Don't you already have enough Art the Clown masks? What mask are you doing this year?
Huh?
What mask are you buying this year?
I already have that one.
I know. What are you buying this year?
Oh, I've got the.
You don't have a Babadook.
No, they don't make such a thing.
You don't have a Valak.
I have what I got this year was the Halloween Kills Michael Myers mask with the burns because we did. We got those in, so I got that.
Nice.
Send them back.
Your 800th Michael Myers mask.
I want them all.
Of course you do.
I want them all. I'm even gonna go to this guy that makes Del Torre makes
suck his dick
high end ones, but you seem angry that they won, Justin, when you were the one that picked Team Creep Factor.
Yeah, I wanted them to win. No, I'm just saying that like I'm because you're saying they're not winning yet. They're saying you're leaving it up to the choice of
it's such a hard decision. Like I don't.
Do you want to bang?
Like,
do you want to take this outside?
To me, I don't feel like
it's on site.
I don't feel like I'm a fair judge for this final thing because I know a lot about Art the Clown and Pennywise, Tim Curry's Pennywise. I've seen the Nun movie, the first one, once. and I don't remember too much from it. I remember very little.
It was that scary that you don't remember it?
And the Babadook,
Peed his pants all the time.
The Babadook I've
Constant
seen
stream.
a couple times, and I don't know. There's just so much about him that's unknown.
He spent most of the time wringing out his underwear in the sink of the theater.
I guess right now our interim champions are Creep Factor.
Boom.
And if David Howard Thornton doesn't get back to me,
Can't believe you fucking chose the Nun over Art the Clown.
But it's not the Nun. The Nun was the weak link of it.
No.
It's the Babadook.
But down in history, you're going to read an article that says Jeremy Lubash chose the Nun over Art the Clown and fucking Tim Curry. Suck on those balls.
That's why I said this is not a final thing because.
But at a time, you chose them.
Yeah, I did. And it's only because it was taking place at nighttime in the shadows, and the Babadook, that's when he's his strongest.
I feel like this is almost as bad as the Holocaust.
All right, Justin, take us home, because we got another podcast to do, and I need to get to bed.
Well, I knew this one was going to be...
Sounded like a true old man.
I knew this one was going to come this way because of, primarily with Valak being the weak link, but being more of like a demon. And Guns N' Roses wrote a song called Knocking on Heaven's Door. And... that's,
knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got a cousin named Kevin, and I used to always sing that to him. I'm like, knock, knocking on Kevin's door. Yeah,
Are you looking at women over there? Scroll back up.
Michael's
a woman. Michael's a woman?
Michael's got a nice butt.
Well, thank you guys for listening to episode 032. This is our official Halloween episode right after Halloween, so it's a little nugget to get you through to the Spanksgiving. What are we going to do for Spanksgiving?
Oh, a lot of spanking.
Do you guys want to learn about the pilgrims?
As long as it's not from you.
Nope.
What was that hesitation?
Like, what we're gonna say here is drastically gonna change the number of views number of listens we have.
I do not think I could handle that with Justin leading it.
Dude,
did we do?
I can take it some
year?
places.
If you have a 5-minute time limit on that topic, we sure can do it.
Thanksgiving started in Japan.
Oh, fuck. Anyways.
No, I got nothing for that.
Hopefully I can celebrate Thanksgiving this year since I had COVID.
Yeah, we had COVID
year.
last year.
Yes, you could. In social distances with like a minimum of
Shut
6
up,
people.
fuck you. You weren't in the club. You didn't get COVID.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to, and it just didn't happen.
Well, it's because you take vitamins and
ginger.
And you drink
garlic.
Ginger, yeah.
Yeah. I got a full cup over here if you guys wanted it.
Drink.
Yeah. No.
That's where all the gnats are coming from. Out of that.
I got so we took a break in the middle of this, and we went potty with the boys and stuff, and I hit the wall, and like and that urinal flush, not my urinal,
mine,
but
the one
and it's not an electric one. I don't know why I'm revealing this, but it's just like, it was so weird. Maybe that,
It was the Babadook.
It's the Babadoos.
The urinal started flowing. I was just like crying. You know,
like fucking
like that song from
November Rain.
Don't cry.
November Rain.
Yeah.
Speaking of songs, let's play the outro. Oh, that's it.
Yes!
Oh, it's on my phone here.
Wrap it up, folks.
Boom. Here we go. Now we got the outro there. So, I guess I have to say thanks again. It was good to get back in here.
We lost people way early.
I'm so glad we had this time together to celebrate. It smells like feet in here.
It's my feet.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Whose else would it be? You're the only one that have been out this whole time. Oh, I guess Justin's too.
Mine are, but mine smell like coconut oil.
I don't show my feet.
Yeah.
It smells like banana.
Because I don't
peels.
have the ugliest feet out of the group.
Oh, you haven't seen mine.
Aired.
I know. That's what I'm literally telling the truth. My feet aren't the ugliest ones in the group.
Well, we're not entirely sure what we're going to have for episode 33. We will have a movie podcast coming out for Jeremy's pick, The Gate.
No, that already happened.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and check it out again. So,
good cover.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great
if you listen to it once, then you can go back and listen to it again. It'll be The Gate 2.
We confuse
That's how that goes.
shit out of ourselves with how we record things.
I know. We've got to figure some things out. But
that will come out October 11th. So we get this at November 2nd.
Go
First.
back and listen
Go
to
back.
It'll be first. I got nothing.
Hop in your DeLorean and go fuck yourselves.
I'm just gonna close it out, guys. I love
for
you.
the best.
I love you guys.
I love
Thanks for
you.
doing this with me.
Let's do it again in 30 seconds. Woo.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Join us next time for more absurdity that only the guys from the Boundless PodTrap can bring you.
Breaking news. Boundless PodTrap fans.
Hi. Jeremy's all typing away. We just got news from Sir David Howard Thornton, aka Art the Clown.
I mean, he didn't give too much information, but
I would say none.
He seemed he seemed pretty confident with the exclamation marks, but so he
He's on my team, and he says he could definitely dominate.
So he said it, first of all, it's an honor that he's made it to the final round again, and he said, "Oh yeah, he," and by he means Art the Clown, he can take down the Babadook.
Did he just respond again?
And then his response was, when I said our thing was, in the shadows and stuff like that, and how can you defeat something in the shadows? And he just said, turn on lots of lights.
He's not wrong there.
Start a fire. Infinite light. So that makes it 2-2, boys. Me and Art the Clown versus you two.
And he just said use Pennywise's deadlights.
Okay, that's fucked
So
up.
you guys lose. So me and David Thornton win. So that makes Team At the winner.
Yeah, because he can
So
do deadlights.
fuck y'all, because I trust David Howard Thornton to know more about Art the Clown than you guys.
It was a good challenge. You win.
How do you not have that as a sound effect? You have
win?
18 different farting tones, but you don't have you win?
You, David.
All right, so there you have it. We have reversed the decision. Team At, which is Art the Clown, and Tim Curry's Pennywise have won.
There's just some tactics, I guess, that we didn't see.
He brings up some good points. He has
Turn on the
swayed my
lights.
decisions. I mean, we overlooked the simplest things.
Yeah.
And the
I mean, I was
deadlights
going
is-
there, but with it
I
just
talked
going to
about
the daytime.
deadlights.
Yeah. So if he just did that from like turn on the lights and stuff, and where are they going to go? They can't scatter like roaches.
You're talking about the new It that
Man,
doesn't
I-
exist.
I
The
almost feel
deadlights
like-
come out of Pennywise's
I almost
eyes.
feel like next year we can't have Art the Clown because he's going
It's like, dude, you're not in it. You're
This
going to
is-
win it.
This is the non-clown division.
It's like in contender number 58, Art the Clown. He wins. Fuck it.
It should be everybody versus Art the Clown.
Well,
We're gonna have to go 3 ways, and he's gonna be a solo, a handicap match.
I think so. I think we might have to.
I told
we've
you.
got a year to think about it.
And I told you this, and I think I said it, or I didn't know if I was thinking it, but Art the Clown, writer and director.
I said congrats to you and Pennywise, and he's like, Tim and I thank you.
Art the Clown is written and directed, the Terrifier series, by someone who loves horror. So I'm not saying Wes Craven didn't love horror. I'm not saying John Carpenter doesn't love horror.
He has a
Blah,
lot of
blah,
material
blah,
to go off of. So yeah,
But the character of Art the Clown is so perfectly written to be a great character, to be everything that needs to be good. So
All right, well there we have it. It's Art the Clown is the man,
back-to-back champion.
and Terrifier 2 is on its way out soon. We'll try to reach out. I'll reach out to him again here and see. I know we've talked about when after we had him on the show last year. We talked about having, once Terrifier 2 came out, a special maybe 1-2 night screening of Terrifier 2 at maybe the Alamo Draft House here in town, and have him and Damien come out to do a Q&A afterwards, introduce the movie. I think that could be something that could happen here, and I'm going to wait. I don't want to reach out to him tonight about that. We're in the middle of this podcast. He's pretty honored that he won.
no, we're at
2
the end
years
of it. We're not in the middle.
Oh, that's true. So anyways, there you have it. Art the Clown, Tim Curry's Pennywise have won this year's bracket.
Boom. I'm not doing outro again. Bye.